Seems good to me. Stream has
Check 1 2.
begun. Stream has begun, motherfucker. Dustin has the hiccups.
I have the hiccups.
I see that you put a bandana on Pix Blackstone over there. As soon as I mention his name, he's going to join. Doug. He's usually the first to chime in.
Yeah, we are awaiting our guest. You can take it off that shit if you want to. We're awaiting our guest to arrive. You are rolling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Fucking people sending me stupid fucking text messages right as we're about to start the fucking show. I'd like to start the show at 8. That's why I ask our guest to be here early. Because I don't want to be here all fucking night. $8:04, time and temperature. Team bank time, 8:04.
Yeah.
Temperature, 57.
I remember calling that number all the time when I was a kid.
Wow.
This is an American bank time.
Used to in radio, you had to hit that kind of stuff on the hourly. You had to hit your station ID.
Yep. Station ID, radio JJTM.
Like on the 10s and the 20s.
Dallas, Fort
30s
Worth,
and
Gainesville. Austin.
Gainesville.
Give
Denton.
We had a PSA that was
London.
due at the bottom of the hour, and then you had to hit your call letters and stuff at straight up.
And then you'd play straight up.
Straight up.
Now tell me, do you really want to love
Yeah, then a
me
bunch of people would
forever?
call the station pissed off because I'm playing
is it-
Paulo Abdul on a jazz station.
Your camera needs
That's
to
not
be
a jazz
brought up.
station anymore either. It's pretty rad now.
Okay, that's better. It was cutting off your head.
Which, that reminds me, a couple of weeks ago, did you hear the No Agenda show saying that there was a KUNT,
He's here.
CUNT, or a KUNT That actually was like I almost emailed them and said, "Well, UNT's radio station was KUNT up until like the late '80s, '90s,
Yep.
because they were. It was another school that they were talking about, and they said they It was it was something like that. But it's funny because, like I said, I wanted to email them because that actually happened in UNT. It was called that forever.
Yep.
And then when I got there, it was
CNTU.
No, it was it WNTU or something like that, like WUNT, the one for
Or
jazz.
KNTU. Yeah, that's what it was.
KNTU.
Yeah.
KNTU, the one for jazz.
Yeah, I remember whenever I went on the Net Files, back in 2021, they asked if the University of North Texas still had their radio call station letters as KUNT. I said, no, they don't. And they said, well, damn, if we did it, we were going to ask. They were going to ask me to buy them a mug and ship it to them or any kind of merchandise.
I think you can still find them in collection, like in little swamp meets, estate sales, and stuff like that.
See you next Tuesday. That was pretty rad whenever I got to be on their show. Had a trip to Palm Springs, drove 2 hours to be their guest. It was for Shelly's Christmas party at her job because they're based in LA. And they booked a really nice resort in Palm Springs for the company retreat. And our guest is entering the temple. Hello, Ben C. Jones.
Hey, it's great to be here.
All right.
Usually on time. I know what you guys are thinking. CPT.
I'm blaming it on Andrew.
Yeah, make sure you're.
I'm blaming it on
check
Andrew
your levels on
Turner.
your.
Am I here on this one or?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Let's see.
I think he's trying to fuck us over. So I'm blaming it on Andrew.
Yeah, your mic should be hot.
All right.
No, not yet.
No, not-
Hold on.
All right. Let's see here. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check. 1, 2.
Okay. we
Oh
got you.
yeah, there we go. All right there.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
You may have to follow back your headphone cord if your volume isn't sufficient. It's going to be one of these four.
Oh, okay.
We need to mark those at some point.
Check. 1, 2, 3.
Let's see which one you're on.
Check. Oh, that's me. Yep.
Tell me how much you want.
Check. Keep going. Check. 1, 2.
Hello, check 1, 2.
Check.
Fix camera mic.
Check. 1, 2. All right. Yeah, there we
Fix
go.
the
That
camera.
works.
All right, go.
Oh.
I'm Matt, by the way.
Ben.
Good to
Yeah.
meet you, Ben.
And I'm
meet
also
ya.
Matt.
Oh, 2 Matts.
Yeah.
The double mats.
Matt Thomas, Matt Stubbs.
Okay.
Matt out.
Camera.
Yeah, I'm getting up to fix it.
All right. Why is it so dark over there over you, Matt, this week, Matt? It's like-
Yeah. A little
Oh,
cloud
there
of
we go.
darkness.
There it is. It was his shadow.
The cloud of darkness.
It was the shadow of Matt falling over you. All right, let's start this thing up.
Yes.
Let's
I'm
just get
ready.
it going. Here we go.
Let's start this shit.
Are we in there? Yeah. All right, here we go.
By the way, Dustin's got a podcast now that may have the greatest title in America. It's called Jerry Jonestown Massacre. That's the name of his. Am I right about that? Is that right? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Good. There he is. That's a good sign. Dustin Shiny, thanks for the update. We got some audio from the marijuana march in Fort Worth this weekend. We'll do that. Wow. We check in
No, it's the same
after
one.
we check in with Money Cook Traffic right now.
This episode of the
Uh-huh.
is brought to you by
Guys note. Put it in
Victor
Adobe.
Ranch. and Plastic Object.
Yeah.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains graphic material, including offensive language, partial nudity, and completely ridiculous thoughts and
We are live
opinions
on
that
YouTube,
shouldn't be
if you
expressed
wanna
or
share the
shared
link.
by anyone.
Oh.
Listener
Um,
discretion is
Well,
advised.
Dan, you know what? I
Let me
hate
find
Jerry
it real quick.
Jonestown's Massacre.
Good.
They're fucking assholes.
Pussy.
And
I
you
got
know,
enough
I
time.
just can't stand them, you know?
Matt apparently has spaghetti in his pubes.
That can be you now.
These guys are just all like, oh, fucking chicks.
Fuck you. You're a goddamn communist. I'm a fucking Reagan era fucking conservative.
These guys suck worse than their moms.
High Priestess
Dustin, you have
Susie
the
has entered
cleanest
the chat.
Oh, retards are stupid.
Where's our thing?
You know, black people are going to
What
hell.
thing?
You
There it
ruined
is,
it with
never
your conservative talk and
Link?
like don't ban this ammunition and all this other stuff.
I just can't stand this shit. You know, like
Okay, how many times are you going to say Jerry Jonestown Massacre?
It's the
okay?
Jerry
That is
Jonestown
ridiculous. It was like a
Massacre!
drinking game.
You know what? I'm
Dude,
tired of
was
going
out
out
of control.
I've played you games long enough.
It's a runaway
They're
intro.
racist bigots.
All
I
right.
may be pregnant with one of y'all's babies.
All I'm doing is wasting fucking ammunition.
I just sent it
You
to
know, I
you.
got to save that for the zombies later. They're going to be fucking attacking my house. And when you call me up, I'm not going to come over and fucking take care of all your shit.
You were on JJTM. Hey, guess what? I remember you were on JJTM. Remember when you were on JJTM and you did this? And
Unlistenable liars that think retards are stupid, and I quote,
I'm gay.
Whatever happened to
okay?
those
And all I
guys
want,
when they're
is somebody
mad?
to fucking love me.
also, they don't
Are they
mention
still doing a show?
sports.
Who is it?
Little dicks look funny. They always made me laugh.
It
Their
was
name is Jerry
ABFW, but then they became a
Jonestown
beard.
Massacre.
JJTM, Jerry
Oh, yeah,
Jonestown
the
Massacre.
Atypical. I
JJTM,
don't know.
JJTM, JJTM.
Is it that Jason
all I want is
Tyree
somebody
cat?
to fucking
Yeah.
love
Oh
me.
yeah,
man.
I don't know. I
just
haven't
want
seen him do much lately.
love and ammunition.
Well, I know
Oh,
his
hey,
wife
there's a
couldn't
penis toy in
be
here.
associated with it anymore because she became a
Fuck this
teacher.
podcast shit. It's stupid.
Fuck Tuesday.
Why
Fuck
can't you
this
be on a
podcast.
podcast if your wife's a teacher?
Because they talk about alcohol a lot. That was
That doesn't matter.
a reason.
Isn't that every podcast?
Show number 622. It is Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Happy Tuesday, Matt Squared.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
Happy
Why
Tuesday,
is
Dustin.
my camera? What? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it now.
What have you got him switched?
Yeah, the cameras are switched.
Because this is what I said at the beginning of the show. We need to get straightened out because things got moved around when I was cleaning.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
and I
I
thought you had everything under control.
yeah, I got that.
You're
I didn't.
fired.
I didn't know the actual positions and
It's
the
already
actual
tense.
cameras designated were changed too.
No, I think it's because these fell over while I was cleaning the table and stuff.
Oh, okay. So
And getting all the grime off from last week's
So-
guest. Who was here last week?
it was
dirtied the
it was
place
Itchy
up.
Richie.
Oh, God.
Itchy
Richard
Richie.
Keller.
Yep.
Richard Keller destroyed the place last week.
Yeah.
And then he came over on Sunday and destroyed it again.
How dare he?
Oh, my God.
How dare
Send
he?
him in a timeout. Anyway,
Damn it, Richard.
ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please turn your attention to the camera, to our guest cam this week.
Yes.
Entering the temple for the first time, Mr. Ben C. Jones.
Holy shit.
It's been a while. I've been wanting to get you in here for a while. In fact, I've been wanting to get you in here since, what is it, August 17th of 2022.
Oh, wow.
That was 817 day, right? When
Yeah.
played Will
Yeah.
Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
817 day. Yeah, man.
The 817 day.
Yeah, I've seen you guys. You guys are legendary, and so I'm just so happy to be here in the temple.
You're
with
just
you
saying that
guys.
so you can be in the intro of one of these shows.
And
right?
yeah, just put me in there.
And it's
These
probably
guys are
working.
legendary. Yeah, we've been kind of slacking on getting people in our guest and then our schedules and everything as of lately, but I'm glad we finally got you in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And timing's great because you got a bunch of stuff on the horizon.
I do.
Yep.
I do.
And you're making the rounds.
Yep. This is you guys are number 2
Yep.
on the list. And yeah, you know what? Second place is no, just kidding.
Is the first loser. That's right. It is. It is. It is.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yes. Yeah, we saw you sat down with Andrew. Who else you got on the radar?
Next week we're with the Funky Panther Boys.
Oh shit, those guys.
Funky Panther.
Yeah, those guys.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, what do you guys know? What?
Let me
No?
tell you. Let me tell you about them.
I feel some energy.
Yeah, I don't know if
It's
you've
from
seen
them, not
their the latest charges against those guys, but
Oh,
we're gonna have to. We'll tell you after the show.
okay. Yeah, you guys can tell me then. And then
They're all civil.
there's the Fed podcast.
Not familiar with them.
Effed.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Fed like federal, like
Oh, yeah.
FED. Okay.
Well, yeah, what is FED?
Oh, okay.
But I think it's
okay.
like effed.
Oh,
the F.
got it.
Yeah.
And then I got another one that we haven't figured out the actual date yet, which is like an anime podcast. So we're up to 5. So yeah, a lot to promote. Trying to like reach out to new audiences and get my name out there, and let everybody know, hey, Ben T. Jones has arrived, and I'm gonna make my rounds and put in the time and try to meet some people and do what it takes, to get my name out there.
That's what you got to do. It's a grind.
Yeah.
Do it. Well, I mean,
Very
that's
much is.
actually proper promotion
Yeah.
for a new release. I mean, you're doing it right.
Yes.
It's not really a grind. You're just doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you sent us a sheet. We'd never get that.
Hell yeah, I could
Very
be a publicist.
professional. You could be.
Very rarely. Like I think in the 11 years we've done this, we've gotten like 4.
Wow.
Like all these people on the
Pedigio, I
wall,
think
we've gotten like 4.
That Pedigio cat, he had one, didn't he?
He had one.
We don't get them too often, though.
Okay.
Especially lately.
True Widow had one, I think.
Maybe some Gen X bands or something that come in here every
True
once in a
Widow.
while might, but
Yeah,
mainly
that doesn't
like
surprise me that they did.
probably
They want
can
you guys
count
to
'em
do
on
all the
one-
work as far as
right.
the research.
That's
Yeah.
very helpful too.
I try to make
So
things a little bit easier,
We like
as
easy.
I make my way
Yeah.
around. And by the way, let me just point out that the song you guys played earlier, the title track of the new album,
Yeah, I
That
listened
is-
to it.
that is the first time that song has ever been played
Anywhere?
anywhere. So we just premiered
nice.
it here.
Yes, sounded awesome too.
It was
Thank you.
it's built to be a perfect intro, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is the one we got to use just to, we're not gonna play the whole thing, just the snippet,
Yeah, just get
you
them
don't do it
interested.
all the way. But,
Full Circle, that is the song that we opened up at the Amplify or the 817 Day Showcase. Was that song?
That's why it sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something about this song that just feels right and familiar and everything. That show was insane. It was a weird day. That lineup was great.
It was.
Because it was you guys, Cutthroat Finches, and
Avery Burke.
Avery
And
she's badass too.
I want to say Trevor.
Mm.
Trevor from
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was right. Yeah. Totally forgot about Trevor being in there, but yeah.
He's like the biggest one out of everybody. He's got like 30,000 followers on IG. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, Lee.
Damn.
That's got to be hard to keep up with.
Yeah,
He needs a publicist.
he does.
And that's wild. Because I figured that would be Avery Burke's last show here ever.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, she's
Before
gone.
going on tour, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to take off.
She changed her name.
Oh, did she?
It's Avery something another. It's not Burke anymore.
Oh, okay.
But
News to me.
yeah, you go to LA, you start changing your name, and
Yeah. Register with SAG-AFTRA.
yeah,
We don't.
Yeah, every time we go to LA,
We become Fortress.
we use our own names, but the band, We Are Fortress, is rebuilt
Right.
just for that trip. Just for
Yep.
those trips.
Not Drag the Ocean.
No.
When people ask what we do, we're just black metal enthusiasts.
Yep.
From
Totally.
Brooklyn. It's got to be from Brooklyn.
From
From
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn.
Oh, she got married, Susie said. That's why she changed her name. Well,
Oh, she took her wife's name.
oh, okay.
okay,
That's why she did
That's-
it.
yeah, that's amazing.
That's why.
all right.
I did totally forgot she got married. I
Yeah, that
remember
was-
seeing the photos and everything. but I
That
totally
was
forgot
a
about
crazy show. It rained later on that night, and I don't know if
It
anybody
didn't rain.
remembers.
It poured.
It poured.
Stormed poured.
I don't know if you
People were
guys
blown
stayed till the
away.
very end, but like water was coming through the ceiling
Yeah.
right after like the
Holy
Cutthroat
shit.
Finches got finished.
It's going to be dangerous.
What venue was this?
Will Rogers, yeah,
Really?
Will Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
they need
That's
to redo the
insane.
roof.
The
I didn't know it was in that bad a shape. I mean, Tomcats West, I wasn't surprised when it was still open.
it was the auditorium, but it was terrible.
Yeah,
That was there's so much crazy shit about that night.
but I
Of
feel
the
like that
rain.
night peaked. Like
Yeah.
they were trying to like a heroin high, trying to like recreate that the next year and the year after that, and it was just didn't
It
quite
didn't hit.
Yeah.
Well,
hit the
I was
same
trying
level.
to think. That might be the last one I went to.
Kind of like
because-
South by Southwest this year.
because A17 Day for the last few years kept falling on different events, and they kept trying to, or they moved it around. It was going to be 817 Day, but they moved it to like it was actually on the 19th or something to fit in because of scheduling with Will Rogers. And the last one they had was like up against Metallica at.
That's right.
At AT&T Stadium, and is like,
That's
okay,
that's a tough.
That's a tough act to follow. Yeah.
Right.
When almost everybody you know in the local music scene is just going to that show because of just to go, you know.
That's why we went.
Is going to be there, but yeah.
I think they've moved it from Will Rogers, I think around a couple of different spots, and they're trying to find a place specifically. I think maybe the New Post. Don't quote me on that. But they're looking for a spot where they can specifically just do it every year and not have to worry about moving it around and stuff. So,
I mean, that would be good. They didn't do it last year, did they?
I believe they did.
Did they?
I want to say it was at. Oh man, I don't want to say. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble, but I want to say they did it.
What's your Facebook handle, man?
I have one that's it's all the same. It's Ben C. Jones Music.
Okay. Yeah, the Ben Jones I brought up was not you.
No.
Music. There
Ben
we go. There
C.
we go.
Jones Music.
Was it Fort Brewery?
Fort Brewery. Okay.
Yeah,
that's where that
It was
happened.
at Fort Brewery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they did it. But yeah, I haven't been the last couple of years because there's always been other shows that I've had to go to, you know.
Yeah.
Or had to shoot or had to cover or whatever. And yeah, I kind of totally forgot about it. But settle down.
But
relax. Just chill out over there.
Try to relax your highness.
Seriously. Lay down just a little bit.
I'm not Roxy.
Sit.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
No, but
Good
all right. Do you want to do this? Go ahead. Do the show.
Take over the wheel.
Take over the show.
There you go.
I
Tom.
keep trying to start a conversation. You keep interrupting it with sound effects stuff. So go ahead, do the show. I mean, you were in here to run cameras, not talk every single time I'm talking.
He was doing it just as much as I was.
He's the guest. He's supposed to talk, sir.
Anyway,
I'm backed off.
that show, that was the first time I got to see you, and that was a like everybody had told me leading up to it was like, you've got to see Vincie Jones. You've got to see Vincie Jones. And everything, like, same thing, just didn't line up date-wise when you were planning and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I was like, all right, 817 Day, cool. Everybody's going to be here. This is fun.
Womp womp.
And when you came out, there was something different. It was magical. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool as hell. And I was instant fan. I was like, okay, I
Thank
get
you.
what everybody's talking about.
It just happened to all line up the way that it did. And I knew that on the stage like that I had to bring it.
And you brought it.
And I was like,
was awesome.
Let me fill out the band. Because normally it's just like 4 of us. It might just be me. So I ended up getting, another guitar player, Glenn Wallace, who I've worked with. I mean, he's usually my kind of go-to guy that I work with just to do recordings. Brought him in. Nobody else sings for whatever reason. So I was like, I need additional vocals. So I brought in Eve Roger, and she was amazing. And then I brought in Z-Wen on the keys. And then just those additional 3 people just helped, like, elevate everything to the next level. And, yeah, it worked out really great. And, I was very grateful that they could all help out and be part of it. And yeah, people were just like, holy shit, that was amazing. I was like, it was? Okay, all right. So
who is the core of your band normally?
yeah, I mean, it's, obviously it's me.
Yeah.
Ben C. Jones.
Fair.
And it's kind of shrunk down to where it's also Tony Cox, who plays the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys know Tony or not. He's just a great guy. He's been around in the music scene, but we have him on the guitar. And then Mike Eisen, who plays the bass. And that's kind of it at the moment. We did get together recently over at Nile City Sound to record live some of the songs to help promote the show that we got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to bring back in Eve. We brought back in Glenn. And then we also brought in Eric. And I'm going to mess his last name up. Eric Borsera. All right, Eric, don't be mad at me. I don't know how to say your last name, buddy. We got him on guitar. And then we also brought in... I'm having a brain fart. Very talented gentleman who plays the keyboards. Oh my gosh, why am I having a brain fart with this gentleman right now? Because I couldn't get Z.
Mm-hmm.
Is his name in your sheet that you sent us? That's what I was going to check.
I don't see keyboards in the one sheet.
It's not. Chris.
It's all right. We
Chris
can put it in the
Watson.
show. There you go. Chris Watson.
Yeah, from the Retrophonics.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we brought him in, and I don't know if we'll be able to get those guys for the 13th. It would be awesome if we can, because they're all just very talented. I don't realize how insane talented Chris is. He's like, he plays everything.
Right.
It's like you want to put him in he's like, you need drums? He's like, yeah, I can do it. He's kind of known for like, playing the keyboards with the Retrophonics, but like I saw him play with the Motown guys over at Magnolia Motor Lounge.
Oh, nice.
And he's got a guitar, and he's just like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and you're like, holy shit. You do everything, dude. You're like a genius. He's like super humble.
So jealous of those guys.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we can get those guys. We do have Eric. He's going to be there. Eve will be there at the show on the 13th. And we'll see what happens with Glenn and with Chris. So hopefully we can get those guys in there also. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. And we're talking on the 13th at the Post, your album release show.
Yes.
With Riker Hall.
Yeah.
Our buddy Riker.
Yeah, he was like, hang on to your shit, Ben, when you go in there. It's going to be so much fun.
Just hope we can live up to it. And then Dave Cave's on that too.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, I want to say Dave's been on the show also.
He's
saying the same thing.
He snuck in one day and just sat here. What was he? He was promoting something, but he just snuck in and
then did an Amber Alert.
Yeah,
Amber Alert.
Phone started going off or something like that.
We said we're not posting this until tomorrow. You realize?
And then who else? Reagan Beard.
Right, and Reagan Beard is going to kind of be like the after party artist.
Okay.
So it's like I'll be playing from 9 to 10, but you don't have to leave. It is going to be a Friday night, so I know people have to work and they're tired as shit. So I kind of like took that into account. But I was like, I want to keep the party going.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out I randomly ran into her and asked her if she wanted to do it, and she said yes. So Reagan Beard will be closing things out.
Nice. Well, let's since we've already gone down, we're deep into like the interview with you path instead of doing our normal format. We can do that here in a little bit. But where'd you grow up?
I grew up here, Fort Worth. I'm a Fort Worth guy. I went to Leonard Middle School. I went to Western Hills High School, which I just learned
it's going to be torn down.
Yeah.
Is
what
it
the
really?
hell?
Yeah. Thanks, Maddie Parker.
It's going to be part of
what
the
you've
new
done to
Keller
the
School District.
I know.
to the
Move it
Fort
in
Worth
there.
School District. Yeah.
So is that what's happening to the?
No.
I have no idea what's going to happen to all those kids that
We should
are in that area who could walk
Start that
to.
rumor.
Start a rumor like that.
They're going to tear it down brick by brick and rebuild it up in Keller, right on the Keller South Lake border, or the
Jesus
Keller Fort
Christ.
And
Worth
it's
border.
just bust the kids in.
Yeah, and just
It's a
Yeah.
volatile takeover.
God, that's
It's a
one hell of a
volatile
bus
takeover.
ride, like
That's a-
30 minutes plus.
That's right.
especially with the traffic up 35. in the
No
mornings.
shit.
Yeah.
So that's a little disappointing that they're tearing down my high school.
Well, they have too many hills, so they just like,
There are a lot of hills.
It's like Highlander. There can only be one, you know. They're
Right.
going to kind of go through it and just.
I remember when I was in high school, it was always like when we went to play either Eastern or Western, I was like, okay, so which one is the one that always kicks our ass? Could never remember.
It wasn't Western.
It was Eastern.
I'm
It was
pretty
Eastern.
sure. When I showed up for one of the homecoming games, and you knew things were kind of bad when like you looked at the band, and it was like 20 kids,
Nah, that
and
sucks.
they were just in a little V, And while the other team had like, man, they had like 100 kids in this band marching across on all the formations and stuff. And then we went up there in a little V, and it's just like, oh man, this is.
I know what that's like because I played high school basketball, and I went to a private school, and so whenever we'd play like public schools, like Red Oak was huge to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's how small we were. We thought they were like collegiate athletes. It was funny. We just watch them dunk on us. They would always schedule us. There's a school in Oak Cliff called Tyler Street. Those two schools would always plan to play Texas Christian Academy on their homecoming because they knew there was going to be posters. And we just went along with it. It was cool. Like I liked seeing the cool basketball. Honestly.
You were the Sean Bradley.
I was the Sean. Actually, I think Sean Bradley jumps up and stuff. We didn't even jump up. We just kind of watched.
just
Like,
watched.
please don't hurt us. Don't touch us, please.
With your arms in the air.
Right.
You had like popcorn, and you guys are like, "Hey, great job."
Yes.
Defensive positions.
That's
all the time.
sad though that the bands take a hit like that. Seems like we need more art and music in schools rather than less, and it's
well, they're getting rid of the whole school.
Yeah,
like where are they going to send
I guess
all
the
these
education
kids?
thing sucks too. That no one's
don't
going to be
know.
learning there. Where are they going to go?
Yeah, what high school's
I
absorbing
feel
them?
like
Alton?
it's gonna
Alton.
be a cross
too far.
between the Benbrook. So kids
Oh,
will go
yeah?
to Benbrook.
Benbrook?
Uh-huh.
Kids will go to Arlington Heights, and then maybe Brewer.
Is
Okay.
Benbrook still Fort Worth School District?
I think it's its own thing.
Is it?
I think so.
Let's see.
So I don't know. It's a sad day, but you
Yeah.
know, time marches on. I ended up going down to Austin, and I went to school down there and joined a few bands. And before that, when I was in high school, I went to this summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
And you had these counselors that like were super cool guys who would like smoke weed, you know, like, and they would leave their guitars out, and I would get the guitars and just slowly start to learn how to play like a G chord and a C, and just slowly start to kind of learn how to figure all that stuff out. So when I finally got down to Austin, I had enough skills to like join a band and did the band thing down there for a little while, and then came up here and
How did you enjoy that?
That's where you get your chops down there.
yeah, it was fun.
Jam a lot.
I was in a band called Just Guns, which is kind
No
of
roses.
which is kind of related to my first record, Just One Gun,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a nod to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And on our very first show, I got laid, and I was like,
Sign of success.
I was like, this is the best band ever. Like, holy
Should have quit
shit.
that.
Right?
That's when you quit. You're like, okay, we're
Look at-
done.
I was like at the peak,
And then you just dried up for the next 13
and then
shows.
yeah,
You're
then
like,
after that, it was all downhill.
Oh man, I thought I was getting laid every show, and I thought these women start multiplying.
I'd be like,
As
fuck,
shows
I've
go
been
on.
used.
The next show, you're all.
Look at this.
Where's my ladies of the night?
Where's my end of the evening?
My people, my
Yeah.
night entertainment.
Just have a full entourage rolling in with you of ladies. Yeah. But no,
Who would
you like
it's
to-
not how it works, is
No,
it?
Morning,
no,
ladies.
It's just, but you know, it was a great way to kind of get things started. Came back up here, and I ended up getting a couple jobs and put down the music for a little while. But you know that calling just calls you back, and I love to write music, write songs. I consider myself kind of a bedroom artist.
Mhm.
And then like I had this collection of songs that were like, I was like, these are halfway decent. And then that became the Just One Gun, my first album. And then I guess I was back in 2019. So I've been doing this Ben C. Jones thing for the last 6 years. And yeah,
What's your go-to instrument of choice?
I'm a guitar guy.
You are
Yeah.
not the trombone you learned on.
Not the trombone, no. Yeah.
You should always break out the trombone though. Like every show.
Can you still play the trombone?
I think I can. I know the fingerings. It's like
What about the mouth?
you
The
gotta hold
mouth
it
is
like
the big
this.
thing.
I could do it. I could pull it off. Yeah.
So I was trombone. I was.
Were you trombone also?
So you played a
first year.
valve trombone, not the slide?
No, I did play the slide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just a real quick tip to those out there: if you can play a trumpet or trombone, or even a tuba, or what's the one in between the tuba?
French horn?
No, that's euphonium, also known as a baritone.
The baritone, yeah,
Yeah.
the smaller tuba.
The smaller tuba. Okay.
The proper term is euphonium.
I thought that's what you had when you felt like you were out of body.
You mean
No.
that's euphoria?
When you're high on ecstasy, you got euphonium.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm peeking.
But when you when you learn the proper move to blow into the mouthpiece,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it without spitting everywhere, but
I always like grossing out the girls with my spit valves.
that's a good
yeah.
move. That's a good move to use down at the Y.
Your spit valve?
No.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It always gave
Make
me
you
a
some
headache.
friends.
I played trumpet and it gave me a headache.
Mm.
It's like I couldn't do that. I had to completely stop the horn section and just stick to the guitar.
If you want to take a break, I can go up and get the trombone out of the top of here. And
should.
we can bring it down.
baboon, do a baboon song.
I just climbed up there and was looking at all the old gear and tour gear and shit that's up there. We need to have a garage sale.
We should. We really should. Maybe when we
There's so much gear up
when
there.
we change.
There's a lot of
JGTM
gear on
garage
the
sale.
floor, yeah.
Maybe when we go digital, we'll do that.
I don't understand
We
what.
have word digital now. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, so how long was your stint down in Austin?
I was there for 9 years.
Damn. What
So-
year from when to when?
I was down there in the 2000s, and then I guess it was the aughts, and moved back up here.
The sort of glory days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Of our generation, I guess late 90s into the aughts were the
Yeah.
glory days for being going down there.
That's
Now
what I
it's
hear.
not fun.
That's what I hear. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, it's just a big giant
No.
HEB.
You just go to Yellow Rose and get drunk. That's all there is to do now.
Well, I know it's changing. It's kind of like a comedy mecca.
Yeah, it is that.
That's becoming that whole little thing. It's a little more LA-ish,
Yeah, it's a lot of LA-ish.
and
Yeah.
and the traffic is just as bad.
Thanks, transplants.
You know they don't close 6th Street anymore
Oh, they don't.
on Friday, Saturday nights.
No need.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading an article the other day that for the first time in like 20 years they don't do it anymore. They've just decided to leave the streets open to help control people through there. They're hoping it'll
Okay.
stop all the fights and everything.
Hmm.
But
Maybe.
I figured nothing's better than having a good fight in the middle of 6th Street when a car's coming down the street.
I expect at least one UFC guy or retiree to just kick someone in the nuts at some point. Some football player or
Coming
something.
out of the
Every
mothership?
single time I'm down there.
Oh.
Coming out of the mothership.
coming out of the.
Hey,
I
mutual
just-
combat. There's
Yeah.
legal.
But I would think opening the streets up would lead to more stuff like that happened in Mohawk here in South by.
Right.
And a car just went running through there and mowed a bunch of people down
Mm.
in the middle of the night. So
Shit.
I don't know.
Was that by South? Was that by Mohawk?
It was right in front
Was
of
it?
Mohawk at.
Oh, I didn't know
during
that.
South by Southwest. Yeah,
Ah,
we had just left that year.
right.
We
Remember
had
there was a bunch of.
just got
Remember they
out
had
of
a
there.
mail bomber or something too
Yeah.
going on then,
What
Whoa.
was
Wow.
the? what
or
was-
a mail anthraxer or something. It was a bomb, wasn't it? It was a bomb.
Yeah, I think the night we did our showcase down there on the
Yeah.
boat, and
That's when they busted him or something.
no, I think that's the night the drive happened.
Oh, it did.
Because I remember a lot of people sending us messages going, "Are y'all still down there? Are y'all involved
Yeah.
in this? Blah 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 blah." And they knew we liked Mohawk and everything. It's like, no, we drove back last night for some reason.
That was
At
the wild.
4
Was that?
a.m.
Yeah.
To avoid that. It's like,
And then
yeah,
almost got us killed by El Chapo.
Yeah, because there was a whole cartel
At
set up at Buc-ee's,
Buc-ee's.
in Tyler or in Temple.
Like with gangster surveillance and
Temple
everything,
Buc-ee's.
like
When a
perimeter. You couldn't breach their perimeter.
when a black was it an Escalade or
It
van
was
or
a-
something?
it was a
as
big white van. It was
or-
They looked like they were a band. They were following a band, but
this
the state troopers showed up to like kind of like just let them be and make sure that everybody let them be, and then they had their own guys, and then it was foggy,
Yeah.
and
these
Dustin was
guys
scaring
were
me.
having they were pumping gas, but when there's 4 guys standing at the corners of the
Just watching.
like 10, 15 feet from each corner of the van,
yeah.
just watching what's going on and protecting and
Like
like
4
setting
o'clock
a
in the morning.
perimeter. You're like,
It was just us. Like it was like
It
4
was
o'clock
Bill
in the morning, and
and
us. And then a state trooper pulled up,
Yeah.
or was in the. He was either inside. I think we saw
So weird.
his vehicle when we left. But yeah, Dustin and I were in La La Land. It felt like we just entered the, I don't know, Narco
La La Land.
movie on
yeah.
Netflix.
And it was in the fog, and we're hauling ass in the fog down 35 at 4 in the morning, Adderalled up,
Had we started the
From the
was that
strip
Van
club.
Halen too?
What? Yeah, I was going to
One
say,
of
wasn't that
the-
the Van Halen
That's
recordings?
the missing Van Halen recordings. But we got home so fast because you're in the fog. You don't know where you are.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're in Waco. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, we're in,
Burleson.
yeah. It was
And
like
then all
that
of a sudden,
fast. It
oh
was like,
shit,
what?
there's El Chapo.
Oh, there's downtown Fort Worth. We're home. It was,
Mm.
we probably should have been out there doing that. But at least we didn't get hit standing outside of Mohawk trying to get into it. Or Stubbs Barbecue.
Yeah.
Waiting to see Lady Gaga.
That hill country fog
Or Nine
blows
Inch
west
Nails.
or blows east
We did do that.
so thick. I've done that probably 3 times in that area. And it's like the hill country just makes this fog, and it just, once it gets close to 35, it just thickens up completely.
Mm.
What was your favorite place to play down there?
Oh man, we. I'm trying to remember where we even played. Such a long time ago.
The loading dock of the meat factory or whatever the hell
I
it
think
is.
we played at like Emo's. It's that was kind of cool. The first place we ever played at was at a house, just a regular house party.
Bring back the house party shows.
Yeah, let's bring that back. I've seen a couple of them here recently. I think Denver did something recently.
And this was before the Rainy Street Killer started.
Way before, yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be more of a recent thing where
I wasn't sure what the timeline was on that. We're gonna have to get Jeremy to tell us what the timeline was when the Rainy Street Stalker started.
Have they? Is there any evidence that it has something to do with the moon towers?
That's what we tried to figure out when we were
It's
down
gotta
there
be
last
involving
time.
Man, that's a rabbit
somehow.
hole. I don't know if we
Southside.
want to go
definitely
down
not
right
all
now.
right, all right.
Nope.
It's not all right.
It is not.
No.
Nope.
Well, the police down there are saying that they're not even like, connected. It's like these separate
Oh, they're just
incidents.
different
Different
incidents.
incidents. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes people think that the police are somehow involved, or like the theory is that there's like a police guy who's involved with some bartender who drugs people, and there's some sort of like
What's
gay
the body
connection
count
on it.
No,
I think it's like 10.
damn.
But
getting
we
up there.
can't factor in that just dumb drunk chicks out drinking with their friends
I think it's mainly dudes that they
fall off.
isn't it?
It's all dudes.
Oh,
it's
yeah, it is all dudes,
I think.
isn't But they just found a lady
'cause
in
they-
Lady
Didn't
Bird.
they think at first
they?
it was
Okay.
someone targeting homosexuals? I think at first, wasn't it?
Okay.
Right, that was
And
the
then
other
a bunch
thing.
of dumb drunk homosexuals down there hanging out just can fall into the lake.
Seems like there'd be
being
more
drunk and
drownings.
tipsy?
Seems like it'd be more drownings, wouldn't it?
That's how Jeff Buckley died,
'Cause-
too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because
I see a lot of drunk gay people having a good time all the time around here.
Right.
but we don't
No
have a
big
big
deal.
lake in the middle of our city. We just have the
What do
dumb
you-
Trinity.
Like Arlington,
Yeah. Or Grapevine Lake. Or
Arlington
Lake Worth.
Finest.
Going after gay bears, according to Javier.
That's why Javier's staying up here.
That sounds like a Jerry Springer drop.
Javier
He's the murderer.
Javier won't be found after sundown around
That's
Rainy
right.
Street.
That's crazy. How long's
I
it
don't
been
wanna
going
be
on?
killed.
When did this all start? The Rainy Street. When did that?
That's what I was trying to figure out. We'll have to ask Jeremy.
It's
about
been
that.
going on
see
since
if
the
ChatGPT
teens,
has it.
right? Late teens, I think. I don't even
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure all the Austinites know.
Well, and the other old folk story is the reason that the moon towers were put up was to, put lights on these neighborhoods back when there wasn't much electricity
Hmm.
in Austin, and to help light up these neighborhoods because they think Jack the Ripper transplanted from England to Austin, and people were getting killed left and right.
Since July 2022, at least 12 bodies have been recovered from
Oh,
Lady Bird
shit.
Lake, with some individuals last seen in the Rainy Street area.
Well, that's pretty.
Shit.
That's pretty close.
That's a lot of bodies for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like they should investigate it. That reminds me too. Did y'all hear about those? That whole.
What do you think's been going on?
It sounds like they need someone to get up in that tower with a rifle
There you go.
and keep an eye
Right.
on Rainy Street.
Yeah, like
That's morbid. Very
I've
morbid.
heard that. I've heard they've actually put lights in that area now and try to light it up and stuff. And
They should.
Well, they started tearing all the bars down now, right? And it's all condos and stuff and high rises being built.
Not
down
for,
around there.
Not for Rainy and what is it, 4th Street or whatever. I think there's still a bunch of bars.
Is there still a
and
bunch? But last time I was down there was high rises going in.
There's a lot, yeah.
Maybe it's protesters against the high rises.
It's the mob getting rid of people.
Right.
It's that developer guy in the movie who's just like, I got an excuse to like clear out these bars.
I've heard the rumors about the police being involved too. I've read that.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear about the whole police station? Like all the sheriffs and was it San Antonio off themselves? Like 6 of them.
No, was this recent?
There's a crazy,
It's crazy.
story.
Yeah.
that a bunch
Like
of these
within
police
2 weeks.
officers have all killed themselves for some reason.
What's Big Bite?
Yeah, female and male.
I would,
And they were like superiors too. It wasn't just like your run of the mill street cop, I guess.
I mean, no one's questioning Wheels of
you're-
Steel.
So they were upper ranks like
You're a
lieutenants.
bullied student at Keller High School. It's not just them. It's actually bigwigs and
Did you ever go up in the UT Tower when you were there?
I never did. I never did. I mean, I went to that school and
you went to UT?
I did go to UT, yeah.
Did you
And
graduate from there?
I did.
I call it TU, but
I
I'm being
somehow,
respectful.
I somehow made it through.
That's awesome, man.
You know what? You can't just show up and be like, "Hey, I want to go up there with my rifle." They're like, "No, that's against the rules."
They frown. They frown on that.
I just showed up and went, I want to go up there with my camera. And they said, okay.
And they said, okay.
It was all perfect timing because they were doing tours that day and there was enough spots for the 3 of
It's
us
a
to
lot
go up
different
there.
than can I take my 30-06 up there?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're gonna take that gun with you?" And I'm
Slightly.
like, "What? Is there an issue?" And they're like, "Yes,
you're letting me
there's a
take my
problem."
camera, so can I take my gun?
I want to say when I actually went there, I went there like maybe twice, and in both cases, either it was closed on that day or they were like, "You have to like make arrangements to like come up."
We just went there. Well, there's a yogurt place on the campus.
Yeah.
That used to always hit
That's
up.
by Rainy Street.
And then we were like, let's walk over to the tower and see what's up. And see if we can go up. And we saw people up there. We're like, maybe they're doing tours or whatever. And sure enough, they had one more tour for the day. And they had enough room for us. We go up there and it's a student guiding the tour, and gives their little spiel of everything. And gets done. It's like, all right, well, we'll be up here for another 15 minutes. Y'all take pictures, look around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then we'll go back down. And I just went, and
Were you by yourself or was someone with you? Were they
Eric and
immediate-
Tim?
Did they immediately look down like, oh, here we go?
Tim did. Tim goes. I think Tim walked away from me, and I went, yeah. Are we not going to talk about these? And I just pointed at the bullet holes in the brick that's still up there.
Oh, there's bullet holes.
Yeah, there's bullet holes all up in
They
the
didn't
top
like
from
just
the
pave
cops.
that over.
No.
Like let's clean this
Yeah.
up.
They left
Crime
them.
scene. They're
They
like,
left them.
Put some spackle
I
in
was
it.
gonna
at least?
say,
yeah.
if they left them as a highlight for any tours, I can understand, but they didn't even mention it on the tour.
No, they didn't mention it. And then
Never mind the bullet holes right behind you here.
The poor guy was like, "There's always one. There's always one."
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
As Tim just slowly walks
And I was
away.
like, do you? And I was like, I'm more interested in like the same thing. Why didn't they cover these up? And they're like, well, it's part of the history of what happened here, and they don't just want to glaze over it. They want it to be here, and not that many people actually ask about it. Is what he said. But yeah, they left them all here. And
how could you not?
He walked down. He's like, here's the stairwell, because we rode the elevator up. And he's like, well, here's the stairwell, and here's where Charles was shot, and everything, and
Wow.
the way the cop got him from down around the corner and everything. They got into a shootout and then ended up,
I like Tim's method of operation, and I've started to utilize that too. If I see your hand do the, I'm like, I'll just turn around and start walking off.
I've got pictures of them.
Oh, I'm sure you
from
do,
my
man.
trip.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I do. I pulled out I pulled out the tape measure to measure how long they were, and did a whole police.
Did you ask the
thing, and I was
tour, hey,
like,
can we stay here for a little bit?
Forensics.
I just want to stay here for a little bit. And is that okay? Or do I have to continue with the tour with you guys?
I asked, do you know how which edge Charles Whitmore walked back and forth? Which side did he pace on the most? Because I want to pace there
pace
too,
it.
and see if I can feel him.
I want to get in the
I want
moment.
to feel his
I want to
spirit.
get in the moment.
Yeah.
Get in the moment.
I just want to know what he's
Walk
looking
back
at.
and forth.
Walk back and forth. Walk it back and forth.
There's a. Have you guys ever been to the 6th Floor Museum?
No.
Well, Matt has.
Have I?
Stubbs.
in Dallas at the Dealey
Over in
Plaza?
Dallas, yeah.
Oh
Dealey
yeah,
Plaza.
in front of it.
So you haven't actually been up
No, I have not
inside.
gone up inside
Yeah,
of it.
that's
I
an
haven't been
interesting
I don't
one.
believe so.
That's an interesting one. And yes, and there's a moment there where you can make it awkward, and you can be like, how come Lee Harvey Oswald didn't just take a shot right here when he's coming down Houston? It's like the perfect shot.
I think that's what they're asking these
that-
days
And then-
now.
And then
What
instead,
I've always wondered.
There's
and
been an
instead they
update.
waited for him to go to this weird, awkward way. And I was talking to a guy about that, and then all of a sudden this other guy just showed up out of nowhere. Like code 3. He's talking about it, and he comes out of like the shadows, and he's just kind of like, well, actually,
I'll take this one, Bill.
the trees were lower back then in 1963, and so he would have had a better shot. And so there's like, I don't know, there's I don't know if there's like cameras or listening devices that are there, like to
It's
make
like
sure
the Church of
that,
Scientology.
like,
You got to keep your mouth shut around.
But
that
then
area.
you should have just popped back and gone, well, the photos I've seen in 1963, there were no trees here. It was all little bitty sticks coming up like they were just planted.
Has there been any updates? Or are we
I-
still just the big announcement was that he didn't do it himself? Is that kind of what
Oh,
we're sticking with?
You mean about the
happy-
files being released?
Yeah.
I don't.
We're
I haven't
happy
heard
with that.
anything else. I
We're-
haven't heard anything else.
I haven't either.
I don't think we should be happy with that. That we knew someone else was involved, right?
everybody
Yeah.
does. You're like,
Yeah.
there has to be a second shooter.
We're gonna make a big announcement.
None of the bullets make sense.
Big,
That hit him.
great, big announcement.
The one that flew around and like hit everybody.
The magic bullet makes no sense
Well,
unless it's the driver that shot. That's the only way it makes sense.
for them to like say that there was a magic bullet, and then for everyone to go, oh, okay.
I don't think everyone. No one really believed that theory, though, right?
That's
that went away
hilarious.
a while ago. The magic bullet, because
Who
it
would?
defies physics.
Look at all the bullshit in the last 5 years that people have
True.
believed.
It's very true. It's very true.
And then the majority of the public is stupid. I mean, they really are. They just go along with whatever the news tells them and go, yeah, okay. I'm going about my
Right.
life. There was a magic bullet. It just happens to do
Just
this.
did a loop to loop like the
Yeah.
shockwave.
It's just easier, I think, just to be like, you know what, magic bullet. You know,
What-
screw it. You know what? I don't want to like start to question
Right.
Freaking
I mean, it,
all that stuff.
Matrix bullets.
it
Yeah.
makes
The Matrix bullets, yeah.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
I'd totally
I'd
believe
believe
that, too.
the Matrix bullet way quicker than I would a magic bullet.
Yeah.
A magic bullet makes it sound like it's not even harmful. It's just like the magic dragon
Or
like
Harry
bullets,
Potter.
like, hey guys,
Yeah.
mind if I play?
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
The bullets in Who Framed Roger Rabbit
right?
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
that are the Indians, right? They're
or
the,
Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bullet bills.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would have told me, well, it ricocheted off this panel, then ricocheted off this panel, then ricocheted off here, okay, I can get that. But
Anything
no,
but a magic bullet.
you just went, uh-oh.
Hmm.
Well,
magic bullet sounds like a
What'd
dildo.
you do? Hold on.
Not history.
Did you
Are
look
we,
that up just
unplugged?
now?
Did something get unplugged?
No,
No,
the dog just,
Oh yeah, he's looking at the door. Is Checo coming out?
no.
Because I will shut that so quick.
Checo had an operation.
Oh, okay. So we got to be gentle with
He's
it.
no longer a boy.
Oh.
Front row.
No, he had a chest operation that had hurt. But
Oh man.
apparently, are you going out there? Apparently, Roxy found a possum. So
How did
we're
that
make
go?
sure the possum is alive or not. It's happening right now. We have this live. Can we take a camera out there and just walk around and see what's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It shows a little bit on
It's always
his.
fun.
You
It's
on
can't
Ben's
take
camera.
the hunt out of the dog.
No, you can't.
You can't. And she likes to mother things. So she picks it up. All right, hold on. I'm gonna. You can keep the stream live. We'll
Yeah.
keep the stream live for just a second. Let's go here and take a look. Hold on. I'm gonna
Okay.
just stop.
Yeah.
sharing for
Yeah. I'll
a
just
second.
stay here. You guys report back.
There's been one that's been running around. Is it alive or dead? Oh. It is.
Oh.
Oh, it's not.
So the possum's not playing possum. Okay. Hey, people in the chat. If there's anyone still here. I think they're having a bit of possum envy right now. I can no longer see what is happening. Did I ever tell you guys? Hold on, let me get on myself here. Stupid cameras. Did I ever tell you guys about someone named Skip Redstone and his band Shipped in a Box? Once you're done tuning in to us here on the stream, go over to Skip Redstone, all one word, here on YouTube, and check out his episodes featuring his original music. You demand for the safe return of the possum? I'm not responsible for that, Andrew. You know that. Saint Skip, dude. His ego's already inflated enough as it is, Andrew. Don't put him on a pedestal that's higher than the one that he thinks he's on. Give him a fucking complex. Before you know it, he'll be asking to interview Maddie Parker, too. Yes, all one word to Susie. That is correct. Okay. Here comes Ben C. again. So report back to us about the possum.
Yeah, so there was a possum, and it was just kind of hanging out, and it looks a little shaken, not stirred.
Not stirred.
Yeah, obviously just been assaulted by a giant dog, and so it's like hiding underneath the patio furniture.
So that's where it is.
Wow, yeah, it's a big old thing.
We need to get
big ass possum.
Trash Pockets over here to jack with it.
Possum envy.
We'll go out there. I think that's what's been living underneath the shed.
Probably is.
I think
Probably
so.
part of the show. He's probably contributed some segments, and we
But he's
haven't
been
checked our
seen.
email.
He, she. I didn't check it.
It.
They.
It's 2025. Come on.
Have been running
You need to
around
be
the
respectful,
front yard, the
sir.
backyard, and we also have giant rabbits now.
I saw a rabbit cross
on
my
the side of
path
the
whenever I
house.
Okay,
came
yeah.
out
When
here.
I showed up, there was a rabbit,
too.
and I was like, "Is that like a fake rabbit?" And it like saw
Oh,
me
you
and
saw it too?
bolted.
I think they're
I
having
was
a
like,
field day
okay.
right now because
Rabbits.
Chaco's been put up.
Yeah.
Because they were just hanging out when I went by there.
Chaco?
On my way in.
I'm gonna start the record. 3, 2, 1.
Oh damn! You mean my
All right. So yeah,
my manifesto wasn't recorded? Fucking shit.
No, I told you I'm stopping it.
Well, you can find it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we can find it
Yeah.
on YouTube and edit. It's the if you go to YouTube, it's the director's cut of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, so okay, there's a big possum out there. We're talking about there's rabbits that have been running around here, and I think you're right. Checo had an operation, and they've all decided to come out because they're
Right.
like,
It's party time.
he's not going to come out here. He's got stitches all the way across his chest to
Yeah.
remove a mass.
He's all high on Percocets.
So they're like, "Now's the time."
Yeah.
Right. He's on perks.
Oh yeah.
Let's
You
go
go in
party.
there, he's just in there crying. He's in pain.
Oh, really?
I
Well, that
wonder if there's
sucks.
any other woodland creatures that are out there. Any raccoons? Or,
We've had it all back here.
Well,
Deer.
had an albatross
used
before.
to.
Deer.
We had an albatross. No deer.
Nope.
There are coyotes in the neighborhood, and next door, when the house was empty next door for a little while, there were 2 red foxes that lived over there, and I would see them running around on the
Foxes are
cameras.
so
and at
cool.
night. They were badass.
So they ran a double junkyard? Okay, that was a dumb reference. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey, that organ on that theme song was fucking fire.
speaking of which,
Yes,
let's talk about this.
I agree.
Let's talk about this record that nobody else has heard except us and Andrew and who else?
Okay,
A
so
few
yeah,
handfuls of others.
I do want to say at this moment, because I'm trying to make sure the podcast and what's going on. By the way, I sent it to Andrew, and we were at the podcast, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I got that," but
He never listens to shit. He never listens to anything.
Did you call him out?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the chat.
I did call him out.
Yeah.
He was graceful about it. He goes, "Oh yeah, I saw that," and I meant to check back. I did. I also sent it to the Funky Panther guys as well, so they have it as well.
The only one
Javier was in here earlier. No,
I
not
would
just-
probably put money on listening to is Javier, and then maybe Tim.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe Tim. I've listened to it over there.
they technically have another week to
Yeah.
semi prepare for the
to soak it in.
They are
for the podcast.
I
Yes.
texted them earlier, and they're hard at preparing.
Okay.
Right now for your show.
So they're doing a bunch of research.
A lot of research.
They're doing the research.
Development.
Yeah, and developing.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that you guys had the album, and you know.
So you've got a
Thank you
you've got a
very much.
full list
Yeah.
of players on here, and like, is it 2 or 3 tracks have been released already?
Right. Yeah, we're up to 3. Or 2. Let's see. She's fancy.
She's fancy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're up to 3.
Yeah, you got 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed things, and then Violet.
So I had heard those, but not in the collection of everything.
Right.
But when I was listening to it after you sent it over, the one that knocked my balls off,
ouch,
made all my hair stand up.
Okay. In a good way, because
In
I
a
don't want
good
anybody
way.
to get castrated and
No.
come at me with a pair of scissors. They're on their own.
Snip, snip.
And I'm a huge instrumental fan.
Okay.
But Pink Fly,
Yeah.
holy crap.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was just like, what the hell? Because all of a sudden, I don't even know what genre you're shooting for, what
It's
you're
all
trying to
over the
put together, because it
place.
is all over the
It's
place.
everywhere.
And you have little flavors of everything here and there on the different tracks as you go through.
Yeah.
But that, all of a sudden, I was just like, oh my
Like,
God.
where the hell is this coming from? Yeah.
And, you know, I looked at the name
took
and it
me by
said
surprise,
Pink
too.
Fly, and I was like, well, I immediately thought it was a Pink Floyd song because it's
Yeah.
all psychedelic and trippy and everything. And I was like, this is going on the playlist for the desert.
Nice.
That song
I could see that.
is badass.
Yeah, no, that's a fun one.
That's in the running for my favorite song of 2024 locally.
Thank you.
Or 2025.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's what you read.
2025.
2025, yes.
Yeah, shout
song
out.
is
Yeah, so I mean,
rad.
I just wrote this instrumental. I mean, I was willing to take a chance on some instrumental stuff on this album because of Karungaban.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh my God, that's like, it makes writing an album so much easier when there's no vocals. Like adding vocals and lyrics and all this stuff just makes things more complicated. But when you can just have like an idea and just melodies, I think it makes it a lot easier. So I want to try to shoot with that on this record. And yeah, Pink Fly was one of them. And it's called Pink Fly because it is influenced by Pink Floyd.
Okay.
There's
Makes
a couple.
sense.
There's a couple parts on there that are a little Miller-esque. What's the guy's name?
Like Steve Miller?
Steve Miller. Yeah, just like the
Yeah.
do. There's a couple of those parts on there. So shout out to Vol Thompson on the drums on that one, and then Glenn Wallace, who was at the 817. He does all the crazy guitar on that stuff. I was just like, I can't do what you're doing, so if you could just elevate this song, and of course he does. He just kills it.
Are you playing all the synth stuff?
I'm doing a lot of the synth, but he also wanted to do some synth too. He had just got himself a new fancy keyboard and spent some coinage on it, and he was just like, "Can I add some keyboard stuff too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah, and it seems to me like just from your sheet that you sent us that I assume you recorded most of the instruments yourself, because I saw your name with all these instruments next to it
Yeah.
on the sheet.
Most of the album is me, but then I also bring in some additional guys just to kind of elevate it and just do things that I can't do. I mean, I'm not an amazing lead guitarist like Glenn is. So yeah, he does an amazing job on it.
Sorry.
And
My bad.
that's okay.
I brought the SoundCloud page up again, and it went. Bing,
Yeah.
Just brought it
It just starts automatically playing.
Yeah. Damn you, SoundCloud. Damn you.
She's Fancy, which is already out. That was an important one for me because that was a getting the kind of the live band over the last year or two on a record. Because normally it's just me, and I might bring in Glenn here or there, or whatever. But I made sure that we brought in our old drummer Claudio Zavala, and then we also had the new drummer Vol Thompson, Yves Roger's on it, Mike Eisen, and Tony Cox, and then also Z Wen, who was the keyboardist at the 817 Day show. I got him on it too, so that's a very kind of emotional one for me, bringing all those guys in and doing something I normally don't do.
And you put that out in 2023 as a single, right?
Yeah.
towards the
That
end
was
of
the
it?
first single
Yeah.
of the record, and then we put out I Noticed Things at the end of last summer, and then just recently Violet. which I guess is the last single.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, you could throw another one out, but yeah.
I could, yeah. You're like, and Pink Fly. When are you gonna put that out? When are you gonna put that one out, Ben? Come on.
So, but the crazy thing about this, which it's not really crazy, what you're doing is this record is only going to be available on Amplify 817.
Yeah.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else, yeah.
So you have to have a library card, and you have to go there, and you have to check it out.
Yep.
And only one person can check it out at a time.
Yeah, thanks, Teresa.
Very competitive.
It's very competitive. But yes.
Yeah, shout out to them because I mean they've again that show 817 Day show just like put me on the map for a lot of people, and so I wanted to try to do something that was cool for them and unique. And there's been a couple other people. Lou Charles, he did an exclusive thing there for a little while, and I can't remember somebody else also. But I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is just make it to where that's the only place. You have the 3 singles that are out. You can get those anywhere, streaming anywhere. But if you want to hear Pink Fly and you don't have the SoundCloud link for promotion, you're going to have to go there.
You're going to have to go to the library and get it.
And then use their, Amplify 817 streaming platform. And it's free. You can put together your own playlist, and I don't know. It's just kind of a cool way to kind of like give back and say thank you.
It's a cool way to release things. It's a cool way to do it. If you have a collection of songs that you can do that with.
Yeah.
I've submitted my band, but I have yet to hear back. Teresa. Because they don't have enough heavy stuff on there.
Yeah.
So
it is. It's interesting because they. So Teresa just does like the marketing side of things. It's really Rita is who you want to yell at.
I know, but it's way funner to yell at Teresa.
And Rita's like, we bring in these people that are like, the curators. We have them for like, a couple different rounds, and then like, so it's always changing.
But I know your curators; they're idiots.
Jesus,
I'm being blacklisted by my own people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You're getting deported.
Whoa,
you.
They're like
El Salvador, here I come.
Yeah,
they're looking for you.
Yeah,
no, that's fine. That's fine.
What's the name of the prison there? Like CECOT or something like that? CECOT?
Easy, buddy.
I don't want to know.
Our record's taken off in freaking Denmark, so
that's cool.
Out of all
It should
weird
take off
things.
in Iceland too, because Greenland. That's right.
I think I saw
Because
Denmark
Denmark's
is the
on it.
widest country in the world right now.
Oh, is it?
That's why it's taken
Yeah.
off.
Mm.
Wow.
It's like
neat.
insane. So it should do good over there. A bunch
Got
of
lots
crazy
of
white
snow?
people.
Oh,
Don't they have like a name when they
Informal.
like hang out with each other? It's not Netflix and chill. It's called like Kungling or something like that, where they just like Cunnilingus. No,
that's what I thought we were going. But
no. There's a name
back
for
to the
it.
trombone.
That's what I thought of.
There's a name for it where like you like hang out with the girl and then like things happen
In Denmark.
in Denmark. I believe it's Denmark.
So it's a Danish term.
I think so. Yeah, like there's
And
a.
it sounds like what is it? Kalingus?
Something.
what it sounds like?
Something like that.
Let's see.
You guys getting a hit on that?
I don't see anything.
No,
It
it's
did
not called
translate it
MySpace and
into-
butt chugging, Javier.
Although that sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do that.
That bug just flew in my mouth. What the?
Oh shit!
Oh, it happens. It happens.
See,
I-
tried to warn you.
It's one of the. I want to say it's Denmark, but it might be a different Scandinavian country.
Someone out there is screaming at us in some
Friendster and
Scandinavian
Fingerster.
Friendster and Fingerster.
Yes, finger stir. Come to my house for some finger stirring. Sorry,
I'm in.
I should not do accents. That is racist.
It's comedy, so you can.
It is, but
It's
I
all
feel
fun
like in the next like 10 years, you're like, dude, he did an accent. That is so not cool. Like that's where we're headed.
People that do accents, they're
gonna-
racist.
They're gonna dox you from this this little podcast.
You're probably
here.
going to
Yeah.
get doxxed just
Like,
from
we
being on
heard
the
what
show.
you did.
They're,
we
they're
heard what you did.
going through old school tweets from like 15 years ago, and it's like comedy changes, guys.
They're vetting you right now.
right now.
So I got I'm going to go off on a different tangent here for a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
because the things have been aggravating me all night. Because, this tariff thing's going down, right?
Turf?
Turf. All these
Mhm.
tariffs.
Turf
Everybody's
thing.
freaking about tariffs. And tonight, the big Chinese tariff goes into play. And all the Asian countries are being tariffed hardcore
Yes.
at midnight tonight. And so everybody's buying as much stuff as they need right now. And that's what... On Saturday night, I went to the Methinks show over at Growl.
Yeah.
And we have a good friend that works over there.
All their merch is Chinese, I believe. so.
All of it. All of it is Chinese.
Oh shit.
And Vietnamese and I think North Koreans. I think some of it they get made in North Korea.
How?
So the egg sandwiches do for you, man.
So I was talking to a friend of ours who will remain nameless, but you can probably figure it out pretty easily. Since we talk about him on the show all the time.
Happy Tuesday.
But he got me freaked out because he's like, he works in the trade and has to deal with all this stuff. And he's telling me all this crazy stuff. And he's like, if you want anything, you better get it now because you're probably not going to get it for a while. Well, in my industry, or my other half industry, not my normal day job, but my night job being a photographer,
There's a lot of cool stuff.
all my stuff is made in Japan
Oh yeah.
Neon.
or Taiwan. And
All the real stuff.
all the real stuff. So I start panicking because he starts telling me the tariffs that are being imposed on those countries. And I just go home before the Japanese Grand Prix
And lottery time. Or
and I just
What is
start
it?
ordering stuff.
shopping spree.
Because I'm like, I need to buy it now or I'm going to have to pay. Like tomorrow, if I wanted a new drone from DJI, it will be 105% tariff on it.
Oh my goodness.
So the $1,500 drone I'm looking at now is going to be
$3,000 or more?
$3,200,
Yeah.
$3,400, something like that. 32. So like, what the
I wonder-
hell?
I wonder if in any of the DJI stuff that they were freaking out about earlier in the year or the end of last year with all the drone sightings and stuff, if it has anything to do with any of this stuff, like
No.
trying to get rid of them having switching the broadcast band or however they make their drones. Is that what's going on here? Is it part of the?
No, this is just the tariff thing. This has nothing to do with the
I know
the
that.
law of the drone thing.
Correct. I know that.
Yeah.
I know what tariffs are, and the tariff. That's what I'm saying. Were they prepping for the tariffs that they thought Trump was going to put in? Is that if there's any tie to what they were saying with the drones and what was going on at the end of the year? Because that has gone away.
No, I
I
think
never hear that.
It's two separate things because even the drone things were going hardcore before the
That's what I
election.
yeah, that's what I just said, man.
Yeah. No,
Last
but
year,
that's-
the
I'm
end of last
saying
year.
my point is they were going bad hardcore at the end of the election. When the
Right.
elections were done, they're gone.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
Yeah, they're all
It's
gone.
like all of a sudden no one talks about them. Hasn't been a bunch of drone sightings and stuff. Something was going on.
From what I've seen in all the drone groups and the shit up there, it was a
Right.
bunch of those guys flying their own shit, trying to find shit.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Was a whole
It
bunch
was-
of
it was
people living up
Fear
there.
Factory.
Mhm.
Yeah, Fear
We're like,
Factory.
oh my God, there's something flying around. Let me use my drone to go up and see if I can
Right.
find these other drones or have it run into a UFO or whatever.
And then you had all the other people that were.
And you have a whole bunch of people with
yeah, wanna
drones
see
flying
it,
them at
yeah.
the same time.
Yeah. It's Fear Factory. Snowball.
Yeah,
It's like Fear Factory. It's like you start a snowflake and it turns into a big avalanche because
Did you
of
see
fear.
the video of the programmable drones? King Kong climbing up the Empire State Building?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Where's that at? Where did that happen?
Look it up. We could just get on social media real quick and go King Kong climbing Empire State Building drone.
That's
With a drone.
It looks
Oh, it's badass.
because it's just a bunch of drones programmed and it
Oh,
looks
to where it
he's-
looks like it's going up.
Wait,
Okay,
he's
yeah.
yeah,
climbing up.
attached to each of his
Ooh.
limbs. Yeah.
There's been
No.
a couple of
Oh.
like
It's
drone
lights.
accidents. Have you guys seen those
Yeah.
where the drones like
Yeah.
bump into each other and like fly and hit like 7-year-old kids and
Right.
they got to go to
No.
the hospital?
I
You're
think
like,
there
"Oh."
was one on New Year's Eve, wasn't there?
Yeah, just
one fell out of the
recently.
sky at
Yeah.
like Disney World or something, or somewhere around.
hit this kid in the
US.
chest and
And
they
yeah,
they
it's
thought
like
an alien came out.
flying at like freaking 400 miles per hour, just like
bam.
God.
right to a little kid.
Yeah, that's the other, that's what I think they're worried about is if China's so sneaky about stuff.
You think they're worried about that with tariffs?
No. Well,
on
yeah,
everybody in the world.
No, what I'm talking about is if they're designing them, is there a back channel that the Chinese government could take over all the drones that are made in China over the United States of America, if that's even possible?
That's why you don't store them with batteries in them.
So there you go.
I take my batteries out of mine
It's like
all the time.
when
Then it can't do it.
You can't do it.
Hezbollah got hit with those cell phones,
the
Everyone was
pagers and
the
cell
pagers,
phones?
The
Yeah.
pagers, yeah.
I'm worried about that now. I'm sorry,
Boom.
I was yelling then, but I'm worried about that now. When I look at my phone too much, I'm like, is Israel about to zap me? Should I put my phone down? Because seriously, it's been done once, so now who knows when? Surely someone's going to do it again. It's just kind of scary to think that Israel pulled that off.
If you can pull that off with a pager, you surely can do some crazy stuff with somebody's cell phone.
Well, there were cell phones involved too, I believe. It wasn't all pagers, was it? Was it all pagers?
It was like it was pagers because they had switched from cell phones to pagers.
Yeah, they got handed out, didn't they?
They were
That's
like,
right.
"We'll go old school."
Don't you remember we talked
So if someone
about
gives you a pager,
we
don't-
talked about
don't
this on
take
the
it.
show that if people can get access to your phone, all you have to do is put a piece of software in there that'll overheat it and cause a capacitor to pop. That capacitor pops on a lithium battery, you're done.
Is that what they were doing? Basically, was using capacitors and whatever batteries these things had to cause an explosion.
Uh-huh.
Man, it's insane. So James Bond.
Yeah,
we're so gonna get flagged by the FBI now.
And here we are walking around with these things like it's some sort of advantage, and we're just setting
No.
ourselves up for some shit to blow up in our
If
pocket.
this thing blows up, we're all losing
We're
legs.
all
we're all gonna
done.
be hopping
Dude,
around.
oh man, imagine if you're spanking.
It'd be the worst day ever. All it just takes is some
God.
super Bond villain. Mr. Bond, if you do not give me $1 billion in the next,
You saw what happened in
Tell him, fuck him.
Cell phones will
Tariffs.
explode.
That's it, tariffs.
Was it the last Batman? The last Batman movie?
With Robert Pattinson? as
Yeah.
Batman?
No. The last, the
with
one
Ben
against
Affleck?
Bane.
Oh,
with
the Bane
Christian-
one.
with
Where
Christian
they
Bale.
used
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
cell phones.
That's right, they did.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, he used his computer network to use it as like sonar to try to find. What
That's
the
what
hell
it was,
going on.
right? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Used
they're doing that
everybody's-
definitely. They're
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, I'm throwing mine away after this.
You want to see a creepy video? It's the video about how some of the Wi-Fi routers are using basically Wi-Fi sonar to map your house and to map you in your house and what you're doing and where you're moving around and where you
Wi-Fi
sit.
sonar.
Why
man,
you
that's
gotta know what
crazy.
I'm doing, man? It's me time in front of my
Control.
computer.
I don't know. Bring back the Xbox camera though.
Oh, the Kinect?
The Kinect camera.
Yeah.
Come on. Just so I can play Tiger Woods golf.
Yeah, that used infrared imaging.
All right, if you dare.
We never tried.
Or
Could
Just
you
Dance.
just Formula One it?
You have to, right? They,
We have to.
how did they not put out a game that was Formula One for the Kinect? Is the Kinect even still made?
Nope.
Nope, they stopped. Everybody got freaked out. Same thing with the Wii, but I have both of them in there. You can,
Right.
can set 'em up.
All these women are worried because their Kinects might be looking at their kids, but they take their cell phones in their bathroom all the time.
I don't know.
and you have all these Ring and Nest cams and
Right.
stuff that use infrared at night.
It's
They
really-
can just see through anything.
It's hard to be a serial killer these days.
Not
If you
really.
think about it, you got to be way more advanced of a serial killer.
Well, the
these
Rainy
days.
Street
Back to
Killer
Rainy Street.
is
Yeah.
doing a great
He's getting
job.
away with it.
Now I do think it's the cops.
You got to have an inside.
Yeah,
It's
how's
a-
there no
it's
one?
the
That,
cop
how's there
and
no
the-
cameras or nothing? There's something. So, yep, popos. They did it.
All right, so
All our police officer listeners are son of a bitch.
rewind to 20 minutes ago when I said things were aggravating me.
Yeah.
And the tariff thing was
Turf.
I went on a spree today ordering new arms for the table, so we can get rid of these shitty arms.
That's good though.
And they will all be low profile arms now, so we can all
Oh, so you can actually see.
see each other and have cameras that aren't blocking half our
Okay.
face and shit, and with all this crap.
Yes.
So
So get all that in
yeah,
because the tariffs. I thought there was a deal. I'm kind of paying attention.
Vietnam signed a deal,
Okay, I saw like the
They
stock
gave in.
shot up like
Yeah.
a lot because they're like, oh,
and then they dropped immediately.
There's been.
oh, then they went back down.
I think that earlier today
halfway
I
through the
heard
day,
that
it
50.
dropped.
There's 50 countries that are in negotiations right now, and I believe it's this morning was Vietnam and South Korea. Was it?
Is
So I think all the countries. It's not just Asian countries.
Oh, no,
They're all lining
it's
up. Yeah.
everybody.
It's because Trump knows he's got him by the short hair, so
I'm
it's probably
still
gonna.
pissed. I can't freaking buy Russian ammunition over here.
That sucks.
That pisses me
That
off.
sucks.
I need.
Can you get tungsten tubes anymore? Aren't they made in Russia?
I don't. I've got a whole thing of them. If you need a tube for your guitar amp, I got 'em.
Are they mine? No, we installed mine.
We installed yours. There's still more over here.
Was it
Yeah.
some of Tim's?
Mine use JJ's. They're made in Slovakia. I don't know if they're subject to
I
tariffs.
can't
or
even
not.
get Yugoslavian 762.
What is it? The amps that the
Yugoslavian.
what's that
They
badass
make good 762.
tube amp that they played that the
AK-47
Soft
rounds,
Tech?
that's what
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sovtech
You
was.
better
bought-
get your Soft Tech.
Yeah, which is now Electro Harmonics, and I don't know what country they make their stuff out of.
They make it in New York City,
Oh, okay.
so you're good there. In Brooklyn,
Which one?
Electro Harmonics.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're the ones that assumed the Sovtech brand.
Oh, they did.
Mm.
Oh, well,
Nice.
yeah, they're
That's very
well
nice.
the brands that they made forever, like the
That's
muffs
good
and all that.
information.
Yeah, they're up in Brooklyn. But yeah, I don't know. I ordered those arms because I know they're coming from China. What else did I order from China? What sucks is we can't go have anything manufactured by Alibaba for the show anymore. We're gonna have to pay U.S. manufacturers, and they're expensive as shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's geopolitics to where it's like manufacturing always would go to the place where it's the cheapest, and even in a globalized economy,
We're just a mom and pop pod shop.
the
podcast over
shipping
here.
cost is what kept everything super low.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I just know this when so I used to be a teacher, taught geography, and we talked about tariffs. And I always ask the kids, what's a tariff? They'd be like, it's a tax. It's a tax. So
Yeah.
it's a tax to basically kind of like level out to make people want to buy your domestic stuff as opposed to stuff that's cheaper from overseas. But yeah, it's gonna be more expensive.
Matt's BMW dreams gone.
Oh, that shot
Yeah.
up.
My
Yeah, but those
Porsche
all get
dreams are
worked. It all get
gone.
worked out though.
My
It's very-
Toyota dreams.
That's the thing about
That's what I'm gonna
tariffs,
get.
though. It's a temporary.
But
So
which
it's not
Toyota
something.
you
It's
gonna
not something that just because he imposed tariffs that's
RAV4.
basically just drawing people to the table to renegotiate the trade
Hopefully.
deals. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into what was it today that China
Trade
was like
wars.
50%, and then Trump was like 100%, and then after that was like China was like 107%. Where are they at now? Is it 107 still or?
I don't know. I haven't lived
Chinese.
recently.
It's 7%.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tax. Like we're the
That
ones
is.
that pay that. Like
Well, it's blowing off steam is what it's doing. It's just drawing them to the table so they can renegotiate the deals.
I hope
It's something
so.
that's happened in finance you got to reset your economy. That's what you do. It's called history. It's called economics. You reset your economy, and that's what's happening. There's a lot of knee
I've
jerk
seen
going on.
Fight Club.
There's a lot of knee jerk.
we're gonna tear down all of the credit at the
All the
end.
credit buildings were blowing them up.
Was it Mr. Robot?
Yeah, I've seen Mr.
Oh,
Robot.
yeah.
I know what comes next.
What are you suggesting?
You're good. You don't have to worry about shit.
Oh, okay.
The RAV4 is made in Kentucky.
Oh,
Now, if you want a 4Runner, you're fucked
no, I
because
don't.
they're made in Japan. You don't want a real man's truck? Is that what you're saying? What
No.
the fuck?
I bet Japan is pretty quick to make
I
a
already
deal,
get
though.
accused of copying you on like everything I fucking do for my significant other, man. I don't need her
What?
giving me shit about it. Oh,
Oh,
you want a 4Runner because Dustin has one?
Does she want you to role play?
Uh,
That's Dustin.
That's why
No.
Jeremy got one.
That, that's a running joke
He's getting in
between
line.
my
Jeremy's like, I'm next.
girlfriend and I.
No, Jeremy got a 4Runner because of me.
Oh,
He copied me.
well, what
I give
about
him shit for it.
Peter? He has a 4Runner too.
I got a 4Runner because of all them because we played the Dufort show up in Denton, and Peter, Dave, and Chad from Royal Sons all pulled up in their 4Runners and were unloading all their gear. And I was like, and I'm in my Xterra and I'm going, wow, there's a lot of room in there for gear, and those are good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're
And then
perfect.
the next day, I went and got my 4Runner from
Freeman,
my black one.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that thing's awesome. But my Xterra was acting weird, so. But yeah, so I
And you-
copied them. And I copied my bandmates, yes.
You drove that Xterra forever, like what, 12, 13 years, something like that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a 2000,
Oh, okay.
right? Or 99, 2000, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. You're right. I drove it forever into the ground. It needed to be.
Yeah, your
changed out.
Forerunner.
Ready to be upgraded.
It was a well-deserved Forerunner. That thing was barely running, wasn't it? It was like
The Xterra? Yeah, the catalytic converters were going out and it started stinking. You had that weird smell and everything.
Oh, that's like the worst smell.
It's
That
gross.
that already happened with my.
And it was
vehicle.
shifting weird and everything. And I was like, yeah.
The one you have now?
No,
Shouldn't-
his
shouldn't have
old
one.
Xterra.
Oh.
Not his Forerunner.
Then we had the next night we played.
No, I'm
Curtain
talking
Club.
about yours. You said
Oh.
it happened. It's happening now.
No, it's not. That was like 2 years ago. I had to replace it. My catalytic
I
converter.
thought they stopped putting them in rides.
No.
Nope, we still got them. The next night I played Curtain Club for the second half of the Do For It show, and I wouldn't drive the Forerunner over there. I drove Jennifer's Xterra. It's like I'm not parking a brand new truck in the middle of Deep Ellum.
Of all places, no shit. Mm.
And I think Chad's got hit that night. Parked
Something
right outside
or
of-
towed. Something happened.
Someone came down the street the wrong way, right there beside
Yeah.
Curtain Club, and just
It was some
like,
kind of chaos.
like
Sideswiped it.
sideswiped it as they were going down, and all sorts. That was weird, right? Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't remember if it was that got hit or if someone put a boot on it or what, but something weird happened.
Something weird. It
And
was
because you
strange.
started talking to about Forerunners.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
By the way,
you like that thing?
what time we at? Oh yeah, because I just got mine. I love it. I had two local things I wanted to hit up. Actually, three, but two.
Okay.
Rahr and Sons. Remember a few months ago we saw that
Yes.
they were. It was up for sale.
Right.
Like the
Oh shit.
secretly they had been trying to sell the property and everything. Well, they are definitely selling and moving because they have outgrown the space. They're not shutting down. They don't know where they're going yet, but they will remain open until. Hold on. I forgot May 17th. The weekend tours and everything will remain right there until May 17th. And then they're looking for a spot now, but it said that they've just grown too big for that spot. So it's time to sell
Wow.
it and move somewhere else. Which is cool.
I guess the turfs are working for them.
Yeah.
Well, and they want to be able to. It said here they don't have enough room to create fun stuff with all the regular stuff they have to provide for the different bars and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah,
and
like their
have-
concerts
you know,
they have. Yeah.
So they want to
Right.
be able to produce other beers and make crazy flavors. I guess kind of like
They
Like
do
Martin
now.
House does.
Well, they make pretty. They got some crazy flavors now. It's good stuff.
it is.
By the
good
way,
stuff.
shout out to Rahr. They will be a
Rahr.
sponsor for the Ben C. Jones album release show
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
on June 13th at the Post.
Well, they're the greatest
Oh,
beer ever,
nice.
then, man.
Yeah,
They are the
amazing.
greatest
If
beer.
you ever haven't had a Rahr and Sons, go to the Post.
They just put out a brand new beer called Rahr Light, less than 100 calories, and we're hoping to get that out to the show. If not, we'll have some cool merch to give out to some people.
Very nice.
Something has happened in this article. They kind of hit on all the places that have closed down in Fort Worth: Funky Picnic, Neutral Ground, Fort Brewery, Pouring Glory,
Tate and Penis Bar. T&P. Of course, that's not a music venue.
No,
I think it's Trading Post. is what it
talking
stands
about
for.
beer places.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about venues.
Deep Ellum Brewing in Dallas, Brutal Beer Works in Northwest Hills, and Shannon up in Keller.
Yeah, brutal.
But
Beer
then
Works,
there's
I
a
never got to go
weird
there.
line in here that there's been a shift in production of Blood and Honey out of Granbury.
Wonder what that's about.
That's kind of weird.
Revolver.
It is. I know they've
Revolver.
they've had
Love
that
place.
distribution deal with Coors.
My favorite
for
Rahr beer is
several years.
Paleta de Mango. I love that one. That was a good beer. Still is a good beer.
No, not Adios.
Pantalones. That's all right, too. That was a good beer,
Adios
too.
Pantalones.
Iron Thistle was good.
They got a beer over there at the
Winter Warmer.
at their spots. It's an IPA. I want to say it's the Amarillo IPA. It's a little bit stronger. Oh, it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
every time I go there, I'm like, oh, I got to get one of those.
It's a
not
Daybreaker?
It's not
Or
the
no,
Da-
that's Martin House.
It's not the
Daybreaker.
Dagum.
Dadgum. That's an IPA, isn't it?
That's an IPA, but they have another one that's like the Amarillo IPA.
It's
And
Rahr and Sons?
It's Rahr and Sons. You can only get it actually there at their spot. And I would recommend it if you guys go there. You should try it because it is very good. It's actually a higher alcoholic
That is the only place.
Content.
ABV.
content. Yeah, ABV. It's like 9%.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's good.
So I just get one, but it's like super smooth compared to the Dagum.
Just one.
It's enough to knock me down.
I mean, I'm driving. What do you want from me?
Gotta be safe, man.
I drive
True.
too.
There's cops out there.
Assholes. Also, if you weren't aware, you might have been exposed to measles if you were at Great Wolf Lodge or Grapevine Mills this weekend.
Oh shit! Really?
Just off yourself. You're
Yeah,
done.
Just might as well. Or it's actually last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Yeah. If you went to either one of those,
You're done.
Uh-oh.
You're done.
you might have been contagious with measles. So be on the lookout.
But if you're like, if you were born before 2000,
Yeah.
you're good. You got the old school, like.
Although they're trying to say
Immunities,
now
yeah.
that Gen X basically needs to go get
an
update booster.
Nah, screw that.
You're like, nah.
I think that's what all Gen X is saying too. Like,
Yeah,
nah, I don't think
Nah,
so.
dude, come on.
We're not doing that
Yeah,
again.
that's a good one, Diddy.
Right.
That's a
Nice
good
try.
one.
No,
Nice try, Diddy.
Nice try,
try.
Diddy. Nice try, Diddy.
Ain't happening.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope. That ain't happening at all. And then I don't know if this was a real story or not. I couldn't figure it out because it came out on April 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, which we also need to say peace out, Val Kilmer. He died right after our show last
Did
week.
he?
Yeah.
Like, we finished the
65.
show and Val Kilmer was dead.
I'm not kidding. I thought he had already passed away.
I'm
No.
glad he got to listen to us
I really
one
did.
more time.
I thought the same thing after the second Top Gun
And Gene
came
Hackman.
out. I felt like something happened with the second Top Gun, and they're like, "Oh, it's our
He
goodbye."
couldn't
To
finish it, I don't think. I think they had to he was in it, but they had to trick it up a little bit with the edits.
yeah,
and
that's what I.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what
There's
I thought.
the behind the shots
Yeah.
aren't him or something,
Something
where the
like
shot
that.
from behind his
Oh,
head
it was a double. Yeah.
was a double. Yeah,
He was a big time smoker, wasn't he? Is that what got him?
Well,
throat
he-
cancer?
It was
Throat
throat
cancer.
cancer.
I think
Yeah.
it's cunnilingus.
Pneumonia.
It could have been cunnilingus. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
That's what got Michael Douglas.
That's what they say.
Catherine
Yeah.
Zeta-Jones had that.
Oh. HPV.
That's what they say.
As hot as she is, she had that. Gave it to him
Mm.
because he was in there with a trombone.
Rusty
Just playing.
trombone.
Back to the trombone reference. Very nice.
I didn't know that Gene Hackman, I thought he had passed away too when they said that they found him passed away. I was like, I thought he passed away like 10 years ago.
See, I thought he had passed away shortly after that movie where he looked like he was going to pass away with Sigourney Weaver
Yes.
and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, shortly after that.
Yeah, because he looked awful in that, but it's all makeup and everything. But
I think the
His-
last full movie I watched from him was Royal Tenenbaums. Either that or Red October. Wasn't he in Red October?
No.
Oh, he's not. Is that
That
Redford?
Red
Robert
October?
Redford?
Red October?
yeah, he's in there.
Is
Right.
he?
Is he
I
in
thought he
it?
was. Either Sean. I think Sean
thought it
Connery.
was Sean Connery.
Sean Connery was in the Hut for
let's
October.
see.
Yeah.
On the Russian side, but
But,
wasn't
yeah, that was
he on the U.S. in the
he
U.S.
was
side?
Probably was.
right. I believe so.
Okay.
It's been too long since I've seen
Wait,
the
or
movie.
was he in the one with Denzel Washington,
I met the U.
where
What's
Denzel
it?
Washington
Yeah.
went
think
behind his
that-
back to stop a nuclear war or whatever?
Yes, I think that's it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see who was in this.
Pray for me.
Chat room will find it before I do.
If you did the lingus, you're 90% more likely to get the throat rot. So
Pray
we need
for
to
me.
pray for Andrew. We need to pray for both of us, buddy.
Oh, my
Mm.
God.
I'm a big fan.
He died under some weird circumstances because it wasn't just him who died. Like they found him, his wife, and the dog.
Yes, Gene Hackman. Yeah. That's,
Well, the wife
Gene-
was starting to mummify into the carpet, which was weird.
That is.
yeah,
weird.
that was weird.
So they were there for a while.
Didn't they have? I think they had some Lane Staley action going too. Didn't
Yeah.
they? Some cats had
The
gotten
dogs.
into
Oh, they
was
were
it
like-
the dogs only?
Yeah. Well, one of their dogs was dead. The other two were fine.
Somehow,
Still
yeah.
alive.
Yeah. I don't know.
So yeah, some weird,
All some weird circumstances.
weird circumstances. Unfortunately, for a great actor.
So
Yeah.
pour one out for who are we pouring it out for now? Like we
Gene
went from Gene
Hackman,
Hackman, but
Val
it started
Kilmer.
with Val Kilmer.
Gene
so,
Kilmer.
for Gene Kilmer.
Yeah.
That's who we're pouring it
For
out
Iceman.
The Iceman is melted.
So James Earl Jones was in Red October.
I knew he
Oh, was
was.
he?
Yeah. He
Uh,
barely.
No Gene Hackman. So I think you're right. It's what
other
was
one.
that name of that? Because that was a good
No,
movie too. The
Yeah,
Denzel
you're talking about
Washington
you're
movie.
talking about the one with Denzel
Yeah,
Washington,
that was a really
where
good.
he was like,
it U-71 or is that the
U-571.
McConaughey-
No,
that's
he
the Matthew
wasn't in that.
McConaughey one.
Hey guys?
Bon Jovi was in that too.
We're in a submarine down here, man. You ever thought about that, Dustin? Just think
You ever
about
thought
things, man,
about
while we're
that?
down
Just,
here.
I'm just sitting here doing
Submarine,
this right
Just
rolling
got
my
my
booger.
booger.
Playing
my
with
booger,
my-
playing with my
playing
booger.
with my space boogers.
My space boogers
I got
underwater,
space
you know?
boogers. One enemy of the state.
He was an
Master
enemy of the
Brothers.
state. That
He
was with
wasn't there.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
Yeah.
And he played the deep
Crimson Tide. was
Crimson
the other
Tide,
show.
that's it.
Yes.
Fucking Alabama. God damn it.
That was it.
Fucking
That was
Alabama.
it.
I was. We were talking about in a couple of weeks. A few of us are going out to the desert, out to Big Bend, and we were joking about crossing to Boquillas, and talking about never been to Mexico. So being a smart ass, I sent the Bon Jovi Miracle video, and I said, "This is what all of Mexico's like." Well, I forgot Joey from Friends is in that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in the motorcycle gang with
Matt
John
LeBlanc?
Bon Jovi.
What?
Matt
Yes.
LeBlanc is
Mount
riding
LeBlanc
into-
is in this.
Riding
Hey.
into this town.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
he just he rolls up in there and he's like picks up this senorita and they ride off together and John Bon Jovi's all happy and it's just fucking hilarious that I forgot he was in there.
It's my life.
Wrong song.
Just bust into that.
Almost, yes. Yeah, I totally forgot Joey was in that. That's fucking hilarious. All right, so this is the article I'm confused about
Interesting.
because it came out April 1st, but no one's backed it up. And since Andrew is a paid subscriber or something of a Fort Worth Report, isn't that where he gets all his news from? Fort Worth Report that he does in the morning. He might know. But this came out on the first. It said Tarrant County Democratic Party laid off all of its paid staff.
We quit. We're done.
I heard about this too. It's like 36 people or something like that, or 50 something.
Aren't we supposed to have an election here in a month? Like,
It's all yours.
yeah, that's like,
You guys got it.
we don't have a chance. See you later. We're out. I have no
Peace.
And they didn't share any of the details of why or anything. I have no idea. Like, this is it was on April 1st, so is it a real thing? But no one's commented or anything.
Oh, okay. So maybe it might have been like a April Fool's.
But then there's all sorts of tweets and stuff about it that shit's gone back and forth, and there's been arguments with the Republican Party and the Texas Republican Party and stuff. But it confused the shit out of me when I read it.
Yeah, that's
was
gotta
like-
be. That's gotta be a gag.
Oh,
I hope so.
3 people.
I hope so. Oh, that's what it was. The staff was 3 people.
I don't know if he's serious or not about
The
that
Tarrant County
comment.
Democratic Party is just 3 people.
We got John and
They're 3 paid people. Those are the only ones.
there's Sally.
Well, guys, there's 3 of you guys. We got this giant purse, but we gotta lay y'all off.
We got to talk about that Biden thing we tried to pull off.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't
The
good, guys.
weirdest damn thing ever.
Yeah, it is weird. But it kind of falls in line with, like, that's not just here. It's all over the place. The Democrats are trying to reshuffle their deck, and they can't figure it out. It's been, we're on month 4 now, right?
I don't know.
Right.
Is that it?
I think
we've
so.
already,
but,
and I've
or,
already
well,
lost.
actually, I guess
They'll-
since November, but they usually, man,
There'll
that's a
be
long year.
somebody else who
Yeah,
kind
they'll
of
get-
rises up to
right.
the ranks. That's
Yeah.
usually how
It only
works.
took 4 months for me to lose 25 grand.
I say,
My 401k.
you know what?
I'm not even
fucking
looking at
awesome.
mine.
You know what I say?
I'm not
I
looking at
can't
mine.
wait for another
You know what I say?
8.
We bring back Beto.
Where's
Beto
he at?
O'Rourke?
Where's he been?
He's been hitting the trail some because that's the thing. There's a void.
He's a
There's a-
nice guy, but he's a 3-time loser. You're
Right,
like-
and there's a power vacuum now in the Democrat Party, so they're all coming out of the woodworks now. I wouldn't be surprised if
I need to figure out a
shows
way
up.
to get paid to go on some of these trails.
What trails?
And just promote something. Like Beto just comes out. They're paying him to go out and
Oh, yeah.
go out
Yeah,
on the trail and
sure.
do something. That's what I need to do. Just someone.
I thought
pay
you were talking
me, and
about
I'll
going
go
to hit
out.
North Shore at like Grapevine
Oh, yeah.
with the bikes.
Go hit those
What?
trails.
I don't know. I agree though. I think Democrats they're screwed right now, but they'll figure something out. Somebody will come
I
out.
don't know. These
somewhere.
Republicans are making it easy with people losing all that money.
Eh. just
Your-
money. Nobody
your
needs money,
401k
right?
sucks, but I mean,
I mean,
whatever.
I was only going to retire in 2 years, but fuck it. Let's keep going.
You like
This
Dustin?
is so much fun.
Honestly, you like to work, so
I
you like a few more
fucking
years on
love
the
to
job,
work.
right?
I fucking love to work. So let's just keep it going. I was actually, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was like, man,
Just
I'm
wanna
hitting
keep
this
working.
crossroads. I'm hitting 30 years. What do I do with my life?
You want to have fun? No,
Fuck it.
I just
No,
wanna
let's
work.
keep going.
working. Just
No,
keep
let's
going.
go.
Uh,
Ah,
No, I don't need this. No one needs this.
they should get Al Gore back, man.
Oh god.
Or who was the guy that went? Dean.
Howard Dean.
That's what
Howard
they did.
Dean.
Get Howard Dean back. That guy was a trip.
He's fun.
I think that's the thing. Walls, I think, is a wannabe Dean, but he doesn't have it like Dean did. He's like that. Walls is just looking for an identity. I think he
All
seems
right.
like a man that just wants an identity. He wants somebody to make a nickname for him. You ever met that friend that always wanted a nickname?
Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy. Timmy.
Like he just
Walsy.
keeps acting a certain way
Walsy.
till he gets a name.
That's his main life goal. I just want a nickname,
I
man.
just want a nickname, and the rest of the friends are like, we're not giving him a fucking
not giving him
nickname.
one.
We're
We're not
going to
giving him-
torture him.
We're going to bring Howard Dean back, and we're
He's
going to
not-
give him a nickname.
And then he shoots himself in the foot, and you call him Lefty.
Yeah, they go.
All right, two fun things here.
Okay.
This is something we haven't talked about in a long time on our show, or promoted, or
Sex.
got excited about. But Record Store Day is this Saturday,
Yeah, buddy.
Rex Manning Day too.
and today is Rex Manning Day, the 30th anniversary of Rex Manning Day. And
Yes.
if you don't fucking celebrate it right and respect what it is, you get the fuck out.
I'm looking it up right now. What I need to do for Rex Manning Day?
You gotta watch
regards to
Empire Records.
Watch
celebration.
Empire Records.
In regards to
And watch the
celebration.
original Empire
I
Records.
just have to watch it.
Not
That's
the
all I gotta do
remix.
is watch it.
Yeah.
And
gotta
let's
watch it.
wait.
And you got to
The remix.
sing. Yeah, there's two versions. They put out a DVD version that's called the remix, and the movie's actually remixed. The scenes are in different orders, and they added a bunch of scenes.
I didn't know that. I've only seen the original
Yeah.
version.
It's pretty cool. It's good to see it once, but you should always be true to the original.
You should.
Yeah.
You should always be true to the original.
What is your favorite record store here in Fort Worth? I've met a couple cool record store people here recently.
It depends on what's going on. Like, am I on the hunt? Do I need something? Do I want?
hunting?
You guys like vinyl dudes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got a
I'm vinyl
good
for
collection.
Into vinyl?
So, like, if you're gonna go, if you need something, you go to Forever Young. They have everything in the world over
Oh,
there. That's
yeah.
the biggest record store in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Grand Prairie. Yeah. That thing is
Sounds
gigantic.
primary,
And
though.
they got a room that is gloves on stuff where you go find really cool stuff.
I like Forever Young in Arlington. Still there, right?
That's what I just said.
That's the one. That's my favorite one by far.
Yeah, that's what
I
that's
remember
the
when it
biggest
was-
one in Texas. I didn't know that.
Do you remember when it was in right off of Green Oaks and 920, right there by the movie theater? That's the probably the first record store I ever went to in Arlington, and it was cool.
Yeah, but
Still
that-
is.
That's
I
where
found
I
a lot of cool shit there.
that room that you're not supposed to go into, but during the week, if no one else is in there, you can go in there and fiddle around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private collection room. Or
That's where I found that crazy Crack the Sky
they
that
refer to it.
sounds insane, even on a normal record player. But that place is rad. I love it.
When I was in Austin, before streaming took over, there was Waterloo Records, and they had these booths that you could
Been
go
to
in there.
Waterloo.
That was a mandatory
Yeah.
stop anytime I went to Austin.
Yeah.
Was going to
I got a
Waterloo.
badass Faith No More shirt there.
I got Tool, 10,000 Days on vinyl there, but you couldn't get anywhere else. They had it
no damn.
because they brought it in from some other country.
China.
There's been a lot of. I've
Probably.
kind of gone around. I actually kind of want to go and just check out all the local record stores. But I've been around to a couple of them here recently and talked to some of the people working there. As far as the vinyl, CDs, they're like CDs are dead. I'm like, dude, but CDs are so much. They're like, I was like, what's-
CD's nuts.
And that's what I'm thinking. And they talked about tapes
Yeah.
being in.
Tapes are back.
And I'm like, how are tapes
That's-
superior than CDs?
The other night, we got into a huge conversation at Growl about Ghost and how Susie helped put together the Ghost 8 tracks for Rats, and all that,
I remember.
that album.
Yeah, Rats
That-
from prequel. Yeah,
That Ghost put a special order for their fan club or whatever to put that album on 8 track.
I remember her telling us that story.
Yeah. So she got to hear a lot of Ghost.
My daughter's super into
Docs
them.
is great, and
Yeah.
Panther
Yeah.
City Vinyl's great. Those are my favorites. If I'm not going to Grand Prairie, I'll go over there to those two. But this record store day, what interests me is the ambassador of this record store day is Post Malone, and he's releasing Post Malone Does Nirvana on vinyl.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
It's probably going to be worth some money someday.
I might be going there forever, young.
that's what I'm
Sounds
thinking.
pretty cool.
There's a couple in here that are pretty cool that I want to grab. Like the last few years, I haven't seen anything that's really just made me want to go, okay, I'll go stand in line and try to fight for this. But there's a few things in here. Looking at the list, Deicide, Belly.
There's a Deicide record coming out
Yep.
for a record store day?
Yeah,
All
Once
right.
Upon the Cross, the 30th anniversary for
Yeah.
Suicide. Dawkin, Beast from the East live.
Rockin' with Dawkin.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on this Goblin. As I'm just cruising through here, but there's a lot of good stuff on this list this year. So Ice-T live at Miles Davis Hall, 1995.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's like peak Ice-T.
Peak Ice-T.
So it's Ice-T, not Body Count.
Nope, just Ice-T.
Huh? Interesting.
Oh.
Yep. But yeah, you go down here and it says Post Malone does Nirvana. Post Malone tribute to Nirvana.
Wait, what's Rage Against the Machine releasing?
I don't see
On
anything.
vinyl.
Do you see them trying
Yeah.
to do something?
Yep.
They're not on the list.
They're on my list.
Oh wait, here they are. Live on tour, 1993.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I wonder if Post Malone actually brings in the Nirvana guys for anything. I know they got together for SNL 50.
I bet you there's some sneak appearance.
There
from
might be
some-
like a little bit
few
of
people.
Would you see the
Schneer
tour?
or-
I'd see the tour.
Oh yeah.
Pat David.
If they went on tour, Nirvana
With hologram
Post
Kurt?
Malone,
Oh, with Posty?
that's the singer.
No.
Or if they did, they also brought in like the girls also. I guess they probably would just rotate through people, but it'd be like
Yeah.
the old school core guys.
And would they even call themselves sort of Nirvana or something different?
Yeah, I mean if they're playing the Nirvana songs.
So I got on once again April 1st. One of the things like last week that I bitched about why I hate April 1st, but I got a little chub started. I saw that
Just
at,
blasted a snot rocket.
Gross.
that Alice in Chains.
I think it's clear.
The existing Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And
With William
Pearl
Duvall.
Jam, we're gonna do a one-off show together at Red Rocks.
Damn.
So then I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go to Red Rocks. Let's go see this. And that also part of that show opening up would be the surviving members of Nirvana and Soundgarden doing a supergroup. And then I realized what the date was and went, fuck you, computer, slammed my shit down and walked away.
What and what
How
day was
dare
that?
you?
Yeah.
What I said, April 1st.
Oh.
How
right.
dare you play with my heart like that?
Mm.
Because that would be worth killing someone for tickets for.
Yeah, that would be a big show.
That'd
A
be big
one-off.
show. A one-off. Alice Chains, Pearl Jam, and then Nirvana Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Yeah, the surviving members of Soundgarden a couple months ago actually had a one-off show with a female as the lead vocalist singing. Can't remember what her name was.
Wasn't
Probably
it?
that badass girl that was
I
on.
thought it
one-
was, what's her name?
She was on one of the shows for them their induction, wasn't she, or something like that?
One of the chick from...
She's an Australian chick or female. I'm
God
sorry.
damn it.
Someday
I'll look it up.
a woman's gonna come up to me and go, meep, 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 meep. I don't talk like that. Stop calling me a chick. But I remember that a
Shit.
bit. She was good too. Remember?
Yeah, I can't remember what her name was.
Hmm.
Am I getting it on my phone? No. Oh, God.
Shayna Shepherd? No, wait, no. What the hell? No, AI's fucking up on me.
You also have a laptop right in front of you
Well, yeah, that I'm using to control the cameras.
that also has a browser on it.
There's a David Bowie release this year.
There's like a David Bowie release.
Is that the thing? Every year? That's nothing new.
No.
Okay, yeah, it is Shane.
Let's see. Trent Reznor.
Shane
A Day to Remember. Fleetwood Mac. Wu-Tang Clan.
The Sword, Warp Riders,
I
Taylor
heard about
Swift,
that.
Fortnite.
They're reissuing Warp Riders. Is it really?
Son of
Wasn't the greatest
Warp
Sword
Riders,
album.
yeah. Anyway, so Record Store Day is pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
Go participate.
To end the show off, usually when we remember and we talk about the show, and think about the show with each other and actually do show prep. When it's someone's first time into the temple, we do 10 questions.
Oh shit!
And this off the top of your head. This is just as fast as you can freaking do it.
Let's go.
Now I got to make sure something's right here before we do this, though. So, vamp for just half a second because I got to open this folder up. Vamp. Hello, vamp.
What's
the
that?
world
What are we
is
doing?
a vamp.
We're doing the 10 questions.
10 questions?
Yes. And I cannot find what I'm looking for. It's not like you two.
Well, as you're looking real quick, I just want to say thank you to all the sponsors for my
Run through that list.
My
That's a
June
good list.
13th gig that we got coming up. It is going to be a KXT 91.7 homegrown event.
Mm-hmm.
And we got here Fort Worth, Printed Threads, Raw Beer, The Proper, and YDQ Designs, all involved in this wonderful show.
And Jerry Jonestown Massacre just Venmo'd you $300 to be a sponsor of this show.
Oh, shit.
So use that money wisely.
And you guys can also you can follow me at Ben C. Jones Music on Instagram and Facebook, and technically X, but I never post anything on X these days.
There's a lot of hate going on in our chat room tonight.
I know. Between Andrew and Javier.
Andrew hates White Lotus, says it blows. Well, I mean, I don't. It's probably because you have to think about it, and it requires a little brain work. And you're probably watching it in the middle of the night when you're zonked.
How could anyone say that White Lotus blows? That's insane.
And he didn't even make it to this season.
Oh, he just canceled out before he even got.
He was watching the first season. He's like, he sent me a message like, I'm 4 episodes in. This fucking sucks. When's it get good?
Oh, come on, man. It has Alexandra Daddario. What other reason do you need?
And then...
oh, yeah. Javier is not a fan of Post Malone.
No. Hates Post Malone. His music is for guys who drink light beer and tight Wranglers and smoke Virginia Slims.
Tight
God,
Wranglers.
Dang. Jeez.
Laying it on thick, Javi.
And Virginia Slims. I mean...
Getting the Virginia Slims.
Vagina slimes.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yes. Let's go.
What's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, shit. Man, Captain Crunch.
Day or night?
Night.
Nice. Yes. What's the last song you listened to?
Some shit on the radio.
But you don't know what it was?
I don't even know. No.
Side question off that. Do you listen to music on the radio? Or do you listen to like...
I listen to a lot of 91.7 when I'm driving around.
Oh, this sounds like a suck-up plug.
It's not.
Okay.
I swear to God.
We're being used.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Which one of your 5 senses could you live without?
Shit. I've thought about this, and I would hate to sacrifice this one, but I guess it'd be smell.
That's 95% of the people.
Yeah.
That we've asked that to have all gone smell.
Yeah, I mean, because it brings so much flavor to the food that you eat. You don't realize that because you're just doing salty, sour, whatever. But you have to have that smell to be like, oh, raspberry.
Then every time you eat, you have to have the conversation with yourself like they do in The Matrix.
Yeah.
I know this is a steak, and I know I'm cutting into it. And
Yeah.
I know how it tastes. What's your favorite movie?
It used to be Almost Famous back in the day, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Let's
I
talk about
applaud that.
Let's talk about Mystique. Let's
I love that movie.
It's a great one.
I love that movie.
based on Cameron Crowe's experience as a roadie.
So back in
for
the day,
Allman
did it get
Brothers.
changed?
Did it?
Yeah, you said it was back in the day. That was your favorite movie back in the day.
Yeah,
Has
I
it changed?
mean that's. I kind of feel like I don't have one anymore, but I would say that's probably the closest thing I got to a favorite movie.
Awesome.
By the way, did you guys see the Led Zeppelin becoming Led Zeppelin film?
Haven't.
No.
Yeah.
I
That
didn't
it's
know.
Not
coming
the
out.
film.
It's
The documentary?
Documentary.
Oh,
isn't it?
that's a fun one.
Or is it?
Have
I
you
haven't seen it.
I
Is
have
it-
I have seen it. Yeah, it's good.
Have
What's
you
it streaming on again? It's
I don't know what's streaming on now, but I mean I actually went to the theater over in Hewlin and watched it.
checked it out
Oh,
there.
really?
Nice.
Have you seen the extended anniversary release of Almost Famous with
Yeah.
a bunch of the extra scenes stuff?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
rad.
I ended up getting
Pretty
like
fucking
the DVD that had like all the extra shit on it, and
Yeah,
just like it's such a great movie.
it's such a great movie. Love it. Best local venue restroom.
Best local venue restroom.
Mhm.
Tulips. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's such a weird question.
No, Tulip's pretty great. No, you
Yeah.
got to wonder about this.
Tulip's a
Like,
good bathroom.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
not bad.
Yeah, like it used to be the trailer park, but I haven't been back there
Mm.
since Birdies took it over. But that one was really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Where the
Tulips
post
over-
is now.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one. It's not bad.
Actually, the new post bathrooms
Yeah.
are pretty nice.
They
That
are.
men's room is gigantic now.
Yeah.
Is
You
it?
can go in there and play Foursquare.
Yeah. I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe your show. Let's bring a rubber ball. We'll have a Foursquare tournament in the men's room.
No bubbling.
Okay. Give me 3 dead or alive celebrities you'd like to have in your entourage.
Ooh. We'll go with Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Who is the lesser known brother of
Of Jimmy Vaughn.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta go with Stevie.
Slightly lesser known.
Slightly.
We'll go with fuck, dude. Jimi Hendrix. We're gonna trip out with Jimi Hendrix, and then finally, let's see, guitars. We'll wrap it up with.
It doesn't have to be guitars. It's
I know.
in
I'm
your
just
entourage, but
like,
yeah.
why not go with the theme? And then the final person would be, I don't know, Michael Jackson.
That'd be a fun dinner right there.
Yeah.
Fun entourage to walk around with.
That'd be some crazy shit right there.
If you're walking around with them, though, there's some overshadowing happening with Michael Jackson. He's going to steal all the limelight.
He is.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about music and guitars and.
There you go. What game show could you dominate?
Ooh, game show. Fuck. Price is Right.
Yes. I will applaud that one, too. It's either Price is Right or Family Feud are my two go-to today.
Yeah.
These days.
Family Feud, there's always one or two questions where you're just kind of like, or answers where you're just like, what?
But at the end of the show, the speed round,
The speed round,
I
yeah.
could blow through that and get those right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I could probably figure out some shit.
The ones that are going back and forth with family, I'm like you. I'm like, what kind of answer is that?
Right.
Like, that's bullshit. And it's all digital now. They could probably change the answers up behind the scenes, don't you think? Screw families over.
Hmm.
The best answer had to be the guy with the pork. Name a word with pork in it, and the guy goes, cupine.
I would have taken that. Actually,
Jeez.
someone's got
No.
to answer that.
There were two
No
that
idea.
I used to. That was like from old show. You know, they were do the. What do you call them? The cutouts or whatever from old shows,
Mhm.
from old.
Old clip. Is it with the
old
guy
clips.
with the kissy guy?
No, it was kind of
The-
like who was the original host of Family Feud?
Yes, one.
The guy
he
that-
kissed everybody.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Ray
forgot his
Combs.
name.
He was in Running Man.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Great flick too.
but he
back
asked.
then.
He asked
I don't
someone
know if it holds up.
name a dangerous race,
Oh, jeez.
and the person
F1?
immediately went Arabs.
Oh.
Wow.
Did it
was
air?
like,
Damn.
yes.
This hasn't been recently.
And
dude.
everybody's like,
What the hell?
no, even back then it was a lot.
They
like,
stopped everything down.
stopped
like,
everything.
whoa.
Like, whoa, oh no.
The South
They
Park
were-
cameraman.
Oh yeah, from the Wheel of Fortune episode. Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what
Yes.
I'm
Oh my
referring to.
goodness.
All
Richard
right.
Dawson.
Richard Dawson. Okay.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah.
Richard Dawson. Get back to the feud, Richard Dawson. All right. And your last one. What is your favorite dish?
Ooh, my favorite dish.
Mhm.
Fudge sickles. Maybe like just a steak.
Just a regular steak?
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong. Because this is the correct answer.
And your favorite dish?
My favorite dish. I like mugs because they're very comfortable in your hand and they hold hot things that you don't have to touch. So, coffee or hot tea.
Thank you, Demi Lovato.
Yeah, Demi Lovato from Grand Prairie.
That's why we don't do that this much, so that way we can forget that.
You are very
Demi
selective on
Lovato.
who you release the 10 questions to.
Well, there are some people that come in here. I'm like, I know they listen to the show and they've heard the
They're
10
gonna
questions,
be
so
onto
they're
it?
going to do the dish thing.
They've
and
heard the dish thing.
They know the dish thing.
Yeah.
Damn it. My ignorance.
You did great, man.
No, that
Yeah.
was good.
Thank
That
you.
was a good one.
Nice
Did
job.
good, man.
I appreciate
I like
it.
It
your
was
list.
really, really good. Really good. All right, so you got a record coming out.
All we really needed was a chance.
All that we really, which is the lead-off song also that we started the show with.
Out May 23rd.
Was it one of those
Exclusively
rabbits calling?
on Amplify 817.
So library cards ready.
Yep.
No, that used to be a thing, but that's not. It's
It's not a thing
it's
anymore.
100% free, right?
Yeah, it's all free.
Because mine's in collections.
You got some overdue books?
Yeah, so I just want to make sure I can get this music.
Does that still come
Yeah.
up whenever you apply for loans?
No, well, I'm joking. Matt.
Overdue. No.
I'm not being literal on that.
Well,
Why are you looking at me?
Wonder what the longest.
I was gonna say something about my biological dad because that happened. That and child support.
Oh,
He
well,
did pay his
child
library
support,
card, his fees, his pass,
Yeah,
his rewind fees.
couldn't get a fishing license.
Oh,
Yeah, they hold it to
Wow.
you, man. They go after
you
you. on
guys,
everything.
you guys
Oh,
had
wow.
a great trip planned, and he walks in to get his license renewed, and they're like, "Sorry, you got something on your account from the library. You better take care of that." That's funny.
You owe your son $16,000.
Dustin's
so,
just like,
"Fuck,
Dad,
you ain't gonna get to go fishing." And then he's just like,
Daddy ain't going fishing.
"Trips changed. We're going to a state park where we can fish for free."
Change.
Oh, bam!
Bam,
Y'all
that's-
win.
That was
You
the,
win.
That was
Right.
that is 100% the
That's what-
loophole that went
That's
through
the
my life.
loophole.
Yeah,
You don't like to
Wow.
get litigious, but if you need to,
but I'm like,
Litigious?
oh, that's how we're gonna do it, huh? We're gonna go to a state park, so now you can fish. But yet I can't have cool clothes, and I get picked on.
you
in
know what?
elementary
If,
school
if you fish Lake Texoma on
because
the
I'm wearing
Texas side,
Oshkosh.
Yeah, I had GoBots. Goddamn, I don't want a fucking Optimus Prime.
You know what? That it does build
Jeez.
character, though. Let's just be honest. They're trying to just build character when you're wearing the Bobos
Yeah,
in middle school and all the kids had Nikes.
I think someone in here just got triggered.
I thought we were joking about fishing.
Yeah, he got pissed off over here about GoBots.
Optimus Prime and his fucking slut whore wife.
He's bringing in GoBots. Har har.
Although one
No, wait, that-
Christmas
One Christmas.
he showed up with all the Constructicons so I could make Devastator.
Oh,
Boom.
shit.
And I
Okay.
was like,
That was the shit too.
And the airplane one that they flew to the planet to, the big airplane,
Oh yeah, the big,
Jet.
the big jet. Yeah,
Ramjet or whatever.
yeah.
it
I can't remember
was,
what that
yeah.
was called.
But when he showed up with all the Constructicons,
It's on.
so I could transform them and then snap them all together to make Devastator's like, okay, you're cool. I'll erase your debt. You can go get your.
We go back to the library now.
Yeah.
I'll get your debt, Dad.
Yeah.
I'll pay it off. You can just pay me 10%.
We can go to the library and you can fish again. Renew your driver's
And it was
license.
the greatest Father's Day. It was the greatest Father's Day ever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. that was the end of it. Man, I wish I still had those. I saw on some nerdy comic book reel, some comic book shop got those massive models of Batman and shit they got.
Yep.
they got a Devastator.
Oh yeah.
And
Shit.
when it came in, it was in a box that was, I kid you not, like 3 foot tall. And they're taking it all apart, and they're like, we got to put this together just like you do the Transformers. Like each construction piece of equipment, like the the concrete mixer was the leg, so they had to snap it in, and then the arm was the crane and everything. They actually had to build it up, but it was huge, and it was like swiping the ground and killing all these people. Is awesome.
Was it
It
making
was
the
such a
old
great
school
bottle.
noise like?
Why did we all do that?
Is that
'Cause
Yoda?
That's all we could do, right? That's all we could do. What was your first Transformer?
Mama's
Oh.
Bumblebee.
Mine was too.
It was the dinosaur guy.
Yeah, the Dinobots.
The Dinobots.
Dinobots.
The Dinobot dude.
Which one?
It was the
The-
Brontosaurus. I just thought it was interesting that those guys had they couldn't speak regular English. It was like me upset, and you're like, why are you talking like that? You're a robot, bro. Like
Because they're like cavemen.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are like.
it makes no sense.
Get
I know it
Gronk or
doesn't.
something,
You
man.
can't put a voice chip in there. AI it.
Yeah,
Do
AI.
something weird.
Like, hello,
Hey,
I'm the shape of a dinosaur. No, it's
Yeah.
like me mad.
Yeah, I remember that. That's how they talked in the
That
cartoon.
was-
Yeah.
What was your first Transformer?
Oh shit, I don't even remember, honestly.
Transformers.
That's why I was being a smartass, and I actually got a GoBot before I got any Transformers.
GoBots
'cause
were cool too, though. I didn't hate
My
on
parents couldn't
GoBots.
afford Transformers.
Actually, before I got any Transformers, I had a Robotech.
Oh, I remember Robotech.
Oh, well,
The
that's
the,
a
the
Was that like
plane
the-
that turned into the robot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a Robotech.
Those
way
were
back
cool.
then.
I
I
wanted
like
the-
Shockwave. Shockwave was cool because the gun went because it was like
Yeah,
automated.
I
It was
remember
really
that.
cool when you pulled the
Oh,
trigger.
yeah.
The trigger action was good.
Yeah.
The purple laser.
Yeah, so Robotech inspired a Transformer. I don't know the guy. Star stuff. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
But
Robotech was awesome. The cartoons were awesome.
some cool shit.
All right. So I guess how can everybody find you again?
Yeah, at Bency Jones Music. And then you guys can also go to www.bencyjonesmusic.com. And I'm inviting everyone who is listening to our show at the Post on June 13th, 2025 with Riker Hall, Dave Cave, and Reagan Beard.
We're going to be on your guest list. Everybody that's listening.
All the podcast people are going to be on the guest list.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's basically everybody. Except for Susie. Sorry, you got to pay $10.
Whoa.
You got to pay $10, Susie, to get in. But yeah,
Doug.
it's only $10.
Doug's
So compared to like some of these other prices out there, I mean, you're paying $300
No.
to see Aerosmith or whatever. This is $10, and it's gonna be an awesome day.
No, there's been some up pricing at some of our friendly venues.
Some of them, yeah, they're like
Yeah, it's
$20.
like
50.
Like I'm rolling in to see I don't know. I'm just gonna throw someone under the bus. This doesn't apply to them really, but I'm rolling in to see Mean Motor Scooter and it's $20, and I'm like, what the fuck? Tariffs hit you? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's gonna
What
get
the-
the blame for everything.
Sorry,
Even-
tariffs.
Even my library card. Sorry, I would have paid, but tariffs.
Tariffs. Can't pay it. Tariffs.
I thought the lap dance was only $10. Tariffs.
Tariffs. $40 now.
It's not a twofer.
$40 for one song.
Remember, Legends used to do the twofers.
Yeah. 2 for Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could, if they were still around, we could go after our podcast show. And
We sure
go
could.
get a bunch of twofers.
What's one that burned down?
Baby dolls.
Baby
In Euless. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right on the edge of
Are
Euless
they
and
gonna
Arlington.
rebuild
Yeah.
No,
Or is it done?
It's
Drove by it not
Dunsey.
too long ago, and
It's
it was
probably
still-
some lightning, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and all the dancers went to the place across the street. What is it called?
Because they said this is the new Baby Dolls.
Yeah.
It was the old Jaguars that was across the street that turned
Jaguars.
into gold something into.
I saw a stringer there. So did Johnson. Couldn't believe my eyes, man. Could not believe my eyes.
No, we've seen something
I-
more shocking
well,
than that we
right.
are no longer allowed to
Right.
talk about.
True.
Off mic.
That was more shocking than a stringer.
You're right. But pretty surprising.
Take your word for it.
All right, so your show. June 13th.
Yeah, June 13th, the Post, guys.
At the
Please come
Post.
on out.
We'll come out.
I
I'll be
will
out
be
there.
so grateful if you guys could come on out and support. It's going to be amazing.
I'll come out there. It'll be fun. I like the new Post. The new Post is great. Sounds fantastic in there. Everything looks great. It's a fun room again, and brings back some nostalgia. So yeah, it'll be a fun night. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Very
cool.
Thank you for coming in, sir.
Guys, it
Hanging
was
out.
great to be here. It's
Yeah,
an
good to
honor.
meet you. Good to meet
it's
you,
been
my
great
man.
to meet
Yeah, thanks,
everybody.
Benson.
We'll see you
And,
again in another 11 and a half years.
Yes.
No. You need to come in more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it a stop.
Yes.
So we'll make that happen for sure.
Well, now that we know each other and have each other's contacts, it'll be a lot easier.
Yes,
to
it'll
make
be a
that
lot
happen.
easier than just being like, hey.
And of course, if there's no pandemics that shut everything down, and
True.
That slows things up, doesn't it?
it can. Yeah, it can.
It killed my previous band.
Oh no.
One of the Joshes?
Josh
One
and the
of-
Jet Noise, yeah.
The pandemic did?
Well,
That's what killed it?
Yeah.
No, man. I
I
thought,
thought
you
what killed it was just sucky musicians. I thought what killed it was the invention of a puppet. I thought that's what killed it.
No.
Skip
that
didn't
came
kill
later.
Josh and the Jet Noise?
I thought Skip killed your drummer. That's why he's no longer around here. We never see him
You
anymore.
killed
He moved. He didn't die.
That's a good story.
Got charged with
I
murder.
just talked to him the other day.
Oh.
Caught a case.
Yeah, he did send me a message the other day too, so that didn't work too well. All right, we're out of here. Night.
Right, Pence. Good night, Chet. Thanks for sticking around and listening to my
Good night, guys.
to my spiel earlier.
Merry Christmas. Happy New
Yeah.
Year.